Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Friday. Woohoo! TGIF, baby. It's Friday. Oh, I'm so glad to see that. We have survived almost another week, 4 days down, 1 day to go. Today is Friday, May the 21st, 2021. I welcome all of you to the show, the channel, to the legend, to the craziness. Hope you're doing okay. Today is Friday, May there. Stop that nonsense. Fantastic. What kind of a day are we going to have today? Let's hope it's been as good as the last couple of days. We've had a good couple of days here. Not necessarily on everything out there, but boy, some of the stocks we're following, especially some of our SPACs, we are picking up here. And I'm very pleased to see this. I'm not surprised because I knew that as soon as we get close to these mergers, we would see activity and we would see price movements, and we're going to see more. Every one of the SPACs that we're following, I think, will have a bit of a run coming up here. And if you have been able to pick these off the last few weeks, you're going to be well rewarded for your investment. The pre-market looks good too. The three big markets are higher this morning. The Dow right now is showing a gain of 147 points, and S&P showing 1655. And the NASDAQ is showing a gain of 51.75. So we're all pleased with that. Oil is $1.16 higher per barrel this morning at 63.10, but it's not back to that $67, $68 range that we were, tickling with earlier. We were touching almost 70, but it didn't make it. Now it's backed off to the low 60s. See how that plays itself out. But we'll take this gain. Thank you very much, and we'll take the atmosphere that this gives us, this upper movement in the pre-markets, stability in the pre-markets. All of this just shows us that we're really not in trouble here. We don't have the technical indicators for the markets just indicating terrible stuff. We do not have economic news coming out that's awful. It's the opposite. We have got economies in the US, Canada, Europe, but in particularly North America, that are trying to reopen. And we have got a pent-up demand from consumers for everything. It isn't just one sector or anything like that. We have got people like myself and Jennifer here in Crescent who have been, technically, we've been kind of locked in for a while, and we haven't gone far in the last year. Car trips only, and even that has been severely restricted. So a lot of you out there who have been adhering to the rules, you've been sitting back waiting for the all clear to start moving about the country again. And the airlines are looking to recover. They're hoping that this is the beginning of greatness. The cruise lines are very hopeful that they can start sailing again, but they don't know what the rules are going to be. There's now talk about Alaska cruises maybe starting in the latter part of July. So maybe July and August, September might be salvageable. Perhaps we don't know what the occupancy rules are going to be here. I mean, you might be able to theoretically go on a cruise to Alaska, but you're going to be on a ship with only 50% occupancy, only departing from Seattle 5 to 7 days, and then back you go. I don't know about the mask rules. I don't know about anything else. It is so unknown, and there's such a scramble going on right now. I think some of the cruise lines out there are scrambling to try to figure out, what does this mean to us? How can we do what we're going to do? And then, of course, how do you get the bookings in quickly enough? And who do you contact if you're a cruise line? Are you going to contact the people you owe cruises to, or are you going to try to market 50-50, half to the folks you owe cruises to and half to folks who are just going to pay you, whatever you're going to charge? And what do you charge? Are you going to be able to charge a premium price for a cruise with not like with restricted activities and like it's throw your hands in the air? I don't know, man. This is one of those. I wish I could tell you, but I can't tell you. So anyway, what do we know? Well, we know we want to go cruising. We know we want to go traveling. We know we want to see friends and family. We know we want to, get anniversary trips, and we know we want. But can we get what we want? Can we get it together? Can it happen for us? And will it be acceptable? And what if? And just what if? Only what if? Okay, you're allowed to travel, and great. you get to where you're going and the car rental is $200 a day. You're going, what? You get to your hotel and they have all kinds of surcharges for COVID surcharges, and you're going, what? You may find that you're not feeling too well on day 5, or you come home day 5 after coming home 2 weeks ago and you're not feeling too well. What happens if tens of millions of people travel in the next 3 months, and in 4 months from now, we have got hundreds of thousands of people not feeling too well because they picked up a virus? And there are folks out there who are going to go about their business without wearing a mask because they said it's okay. And or they're not wearing a mask even though they didn't get vaccinated because they're anti-vaxxers, but they're not going to tell you. And when asked if they've been vaccinated, they'll lie. And they feel fine. They're healthy. They feel healthy, but they actually have the virus. And they're super spreaders. And they're out and about with gazillions of other folks who are, not knowing that they're surrounded by or being interacted with a super spreader. And many of us will have been vaccinated, and we hope it holds. But many other of us may get infected without knowing it. We're super spreaders. We feel fine. We're fine. We feel fine, but we have it. And it just takes, contact with the wrong person at the wrong time to cause an issue. And you come home from a trip, you see grandma and grandpa, and they had the virus vaccine, but you gave them the virus, and the vaccine didn't protect them because the variant you have fought its way through, and they get very, very ill. And everyone's wondering, why are grandma and grandpa so ill, or one or the other? And we may not be able to detect why. I don't want to be a downer on this. I'm just trying to be a realist. This dang virus is a nasty sucker, and I'm wondering, are we just too soon? We're so eager to get at it. Is it just too early for us? Should we really be doing as much as we're doing? But hey, I feel it. I would love to get out of here. You bet. Travel and have the freedom to just enjoy life again. Whew, no kidding. We all want it. So anyway, we'll see what happens. In the meantime, Social Capital, IPOE, pre-market, 1870, up 30 cents. Happy about that. You should be too. 1875, just went up again. We have Gore's Holdings at 1324. It's up 13 cents. Closed last night at 1311, so that's looking good. We're watching for any news from GameStop. Please talk to us if you want to make an announcement today. We are more than happy to hear it and receive it and interpret it. It is 171.38, up 89 cents. We're about what are we at now? About 52 minutes away from the opening. So we're more than happy to have a good day here on any stock you want to talk about. One day at a time is the mantra around here. We've got to just wait for when the companies are ready to talk. And AMC, by the way, at 12.74, up 19 cents. It's better, yeah. Is it great? No. It's better. Volume on the pre-market is only 421,000 shares. That is bad news for AMC shareholders. For those of you out there who are convinced that this stock is going to catch fire because of a short squeeze, a gamma thing, you cannot be happy if you only see 420,000 shares traded so far. This is not the recipe. This stock has to trade 150 to 250 million shares a day, somewhere in that range, to really move this market along. If there truly are a zillion shares out there shorted, hundreds of millions, you cannot trade 20, 30 million a day and move this market very much. It's going to need a lot more than that. So I don't know. 12.73 right now on 421,000 shares for AMC, with no actual news that I can tell you about at this point in time. Anyway, there you go. We got an opening market that looks good, and we're positive on the big three exchanges, so we're happy about that. Good news about my computer. Those of you who are really curious about how it's going for Bruce, we were able to resolve some of the technical issues that we were trying to resolve yesterday. I got my screen to come back normal on this machine, and on my iPad. One of you were kind enough to send me photos screenshots of what to do on my iPad to reset my iPad so it just won't shut off all the time. And it has been done, and it's sitting here and it's not shutting off all the time. I'm a happy guy. This is absolutely beautiful. So thank you, everybody, for helping out yesterday. If you want to see what a struggling boomer goes through to try to change something on his devices. Here we go. Resident Fleet, just mentioning it here. Rewatched the video last night. I couldn't stop laughing at that face. If you really want to see what it's like for a boomer who is clueless as to how these things work that are in front of him that he relies on for his living, watch the video and see for yourself just how millions of me there are. There are millions of me who are like, what? I can talk to you about the market all day long, and I can talk to you all about, I can talk to you all about trends in the market and buy sell stuff and options and PE multiples and earnings per share. I can talk to you for hours about that. I can talk to you forever. But you want me to what? You want me to change my settings by doing what? That's not going to happen. Again, as I've said before, I trust you, but I don't believe you. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. Anyway, there you go. Ashley saying, Chris, I haven't started options yet. Been buying lots of shares to get a solid foundation, and there's nothing wrong with that strategy at all. Tech support with Uncle Bruce. You betcha. I'm here. Rewatched, but as well between Mike's solve and my getting Bruce to lose it. That was a lot of fun yesterday. Oh man, that was crazy. Let me know. Tell me something about this. I want to ask your opinion on this one, guys. Last night and the night before, my editor and I, we've started to upload some videos from the day's telecast here, where what we're doing is I'm I'm always answering questions that you guys are giving me, or at least I'm trying to. And my editor put together a video the last couple of days that's sort of a collection of questions and answers. What do you think of those? Do you like them? Are those videos a good idea? Do you enjoy them at all? We kind of start with the question, then you see me sitting there and you see the question on the bottom of the screen. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. See me answering the question. What do you think of those? And if you haven't seen one yet, check it out. Let me know. And if you could, please give thumbs ups to my videos that we make all the time. And also, if you could really help us out, share these short videos to your friends on social media. Let the world know that there's a guy here who will answer questions, if you have one, regarding the market. And I try to answer it in a plain English format, some kind of way. Let me know if there's what you think of those videos. There you all. Those are super, says Rabbit. Thank you for that. I only watch live, says SVT. I think like it. I like those, Uncle Bruce. Thank you. Yes, love the videos. More, please. Yes, says Black and X Pink. They're nice if you don't have the time to watch the show. They're great. Antoinette, good morning, Bruce. I picked up 4 calls on IPOE. Beautiful. Q&A, they are always good. They're a nice recap to the day. Thank you for these comments. I appreciate it. I like the synopsis videos because I don't always get the time to watch live, so it's nice to catch up on the business side of things. Right on. Yes to the Q&A. Keep them coming, Uncle Bruce. Yes, helpful. I miss 80% your content each day as I am working. Those videos are on fire. How about that? All right, Bruce, is there any real difference between picking up a contract on IPOE just in the money at 1750 or just out of the money at 20? Davey, that's a good point. That's a good question. I mean, these are the dilemmas that you might be faced with from time to time when you're looking at how to play a market. And I would go farther than this, Davey. I would say this. Look, IPOE right now is 1879. All right. So you're talking about the idea of buying a 1750 call contract, or buying maybe a 20 call contract, or 2250, or maybe a $15 contract. So if you're going to buy a $17.50 contract for, say, next January, it's in the money right now. Obviously, the stock trading at 1879 is $1.29. Let's round it up, $1.30 in the money. So don't be surprised if the contract is $3.50 or $3.60 or $3.80 or almost $4, because there's time on top of the book value. The book value from 1750 to 1879 is $1.30. And then the contract still has until January until it expires, and that's 7-8 months. If you bought a 20, it's out of the money because the stock at right now 1875 is $1.25 out of the money, behind $20. So the contract is ahead of the price of the stock for exercise price, but it's a January contract, so it's got the time, but it doesn't have the value. So you're not going to pay as much. It won't trade as high a price as the 1750, and that's typical on any stock, any option contract. Take a look at quotes. You'll notice that any option contract just in the money versus one that's just out of the money, one is more expensive than the other. The one that's in the money is always more expensive than the one that's out of the money for the same expiry date. Okay, but if you can buy the $20 contract for say $2.50 or $2 versus $3.50 or $4 on the other one, on the 1750, you might be able to buy double the number of contracts. And here comes the game of, well, I have a limited amount of money. I've got $1,000 I want to play with here on IPOE or any stock, but let's say IPOE. I have $1,000 and I want to get as much leverage as possible, but I also want the best performance for the contracts I do buy. So in theory, I could buy 1750s or 20s or 2250s or 25s. And they can all be for next January, for example, same exact expiry date. Which ones do I get and how many do I get? And so if you buy, for example, two 1750s, they'll run you like $850. You can't get a third one. That's 200 shares of leverage. If you can buy four 20s, because they're trading around $225 to $250 a piece, I can get four of the $20 contracts. That gives me $400 of leverage, 400 shares of leverage between now and January, because I have four contracts versus two contracts. Except that the 1750 contract that I would have two of is in the money now, and this stock goes up another couple of bucks a share to just $20.75. This 1750 contract is in the money more, and so it will move further quicker. For every dollar the stock goes up in value, this contract will likely go up 75 to 80 cents in value for every dollar for the next $4 or $5 at least. And from there, if it goes higher, it'll go up in value 80 to 85 cents on the dollar, because the premium will shrink ever so little as it keeps going higher, to the point where if you take a look at, say, a 1250 contract or a 13 contract, a contract well in the money, more in the money than the 1750, go back lower, you'll find that the time premium is less, book value is more. And you'll begin to figure that out and go, oh, I see what he's talking about, that if the stock goes up $1, a $12 contract will go up probably 90 cents in value, whereas the 20 will only go up 60 cents in value, or the 1750 will go up 70 cents in value. So keep that in mind. All right, that's one. Two, stock goes up a couple of bucks a share. The 20s go up too, obviously, because the 20s are only $1.25 away from the money. And obviously, as soon as you hit $20 a share on IPOE, if that were to happen, your contract is at the money. It's a $20 contract, $20 stock price. You're going to be all premium at that point, and that might be $2.75 or $3. And then from 20 to 21, the contract will go up 75 cents in value, perhaps to $3.75. If the stock goes to 22, it might be $4.50. So it's $2 in the money with $2.50 premium, and you'll see the premium begin to shrink back as it goes higher. But you got four contracts versus two contracts. The 20s, you could buy four of them. The 1750s, you can only afford to buy two of them. And so now you have to ask yourself, which way do I go? Or do I even go the 2250s? If I believe, I have the hunch that between now and next January, these shares can reach $30 a share, because the book value of SoFi and IPOE is $27 upon listing. That's next week. And the stock will reach that level and then trade at a premium, and you feel that $30 is an easy target price, which is my personal opinion. That's an easy target price. So if it reaches 30 a month from now, 6 weeks from now, great. You still have 5-6 months of contract life left. The stock's at $30. You have a 2250 contract, but were you able to buy 6 or 8 of them instead of 2 or 4 of the 1750s or the 20s? If you've got 8 contracts that are now $7.50 in the money, they might be trading at about $9 a piece, and you've got 8 of those, and you paid maybe $1.50 a piece for them. We're talking about lower acquisition cost, maybe 125 acquisition cost, 150 acquisition cost, but with a $9-10 contract value, there's some real leverage here. On the 2250s, you might have 4 of them, but they're 22 at $20 contracts. You have 4 of them, and they're 10 in the money plus premium. They might be trading at $11.75, $12. You're up 6 times your money there, and that's a pretty quick, solid gain. On the 1750s, you bought 2 of them. They're $12.50 in the money, and they could be worth about $14 on the open market. And you paid $3.50, $4 a piece. You've made some really good leverage. So the leverage is better, perhaps further out, but don't quote me on these prices. I am guessing. I'm not looking at the option chain right now with you. You have to look at them yourself. You got to get a calculator out. You got to get a pencil and paper out, pen and paper, whatever you're doing, and figure out, okay, if I buy the 1750s, this is the cost. If I buy the 20s, this is the cost. If I buy the 2250s, this is the cost. If I buy 25s, this is my cost. Which one should I get for the amount of money I have? And if this is all the money I have in the world to gamble with, I got to be right this time on this deal, because I don't have $50,000. I'm throwing $1,000 at this thing. I got $1,000 and I'm throwing $1,000 at this thing. Where's my payoff, and what's my risk tolerance, and what am I comfortable doing? That's the trick, because on an option contract or contracts, however many you buy, you're risking all your money. You could lose every dime if the stock does not perform, or it does perform, you don't get out, you're greedy for more, and it backs all the way down to below your book value. You lose it all. So you have to be cognizant of that. Now, this scenario, this situation with IPOE is a unique situation because it is a company being taken over by another company. It's a full-blown merger takeover. And this publicly traded company will be worth a lot more money as a combined entity than it is right now. IPOE has value today. It's a $1.75 billion market cap right now. But as a SoFi company, it'll be market capped at about $8.5 billion. Let me just say, it'll be book valued at $8.5 billion. The market cap will depend on where the stock trades. So if the shares trade at $30, it could well be market capped at $20 billion or higher. That doesn't matter in one sense, because you just want to know what the stock can do, and you've got options against it, and you're writing leverage. And that's the point of options. The point of options is to get leverage. Now, I'll say one more thing. If you have $1,000 and you can acquire stock, you can buy the stock with $1,000. You're only going to be able to get about 60 shares right now. That's about it. And if they go up $10 a share, you're up $600. They never expire, your shares. They're good forever. The stock goes to $100 a share down the road. You've got 60 shares, you get $6,000. But if you're controlling 200 shares through 1750 contracts, the stock goes to $30, you're going to be sitting on $2,800 of the contracts, and you paid $1,000 to get in. So you've made 2.8 times your money. You can pick off 4 or 6 $20 contracts. You can get 4 or 6 20s, maybe 5 20s. Goes to $30. That's $5,000 in value, and now you've made 5 times your money. Again, I'm not telling you this is exactly the deal. I don't know, because I don't have the quotes front. Do this homework. But if you can get more contracts with more leverage within a reasonable spread here from the market, from one contract to another, the evidence or the answer for you might be, with limited resources, my number is $20 a contract, or $22.50 is the contract, because I can get more leverage and I'm prepared to take that risk. And I've got till next January to make this happen. And between now and next January, I'll have another couple of thousand to put into the market to try something else if this doesn't work out. Because you got to think about this, your budget, and I'm saving $200 a month or $300 a month towards my investments. And I'm happy to take option flyers right now. I'm younger. I want the leverage. I'm happy for this action. And so I'll go to the 20s or 2250s to get more contracts with the amount of money I have available. And even if this doesn't pay the way I hope it pays, I only break even, or I make 50%, I double my money, or I lose half my money. Between now and January, when these contracts expire, if I don't do a darn thing but wait this out, I'll have another 1,000 or 2,000 to play with anyway. And let's see what I can do next. So I hope that's an answer you can handle. Thank you. It took a while to get there, but there's so much to think about, isn't there? There's just so much to think about. And there you go. I'm going to Palm Beach on Monday. Ashley, you're killing me. That's awesome. Florida's cheating. It's always warm. Oh my gosh. Fishing and fresh. What is that? I don't know what that is. Anyway, where do you go? I found my dream home on Marco Island. After this moons, it's mine. You're all invited to celebrate. There you go. Let's see. I live in Palm Beach. Have fun, Ashley. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. There you go. There's a quick answer on what that's about. Okay. Let's see. Steve, hey guys, did anyone get a message of this channel being available because the account had been closed? I have no idea what that means. We're fine. I'm sure we're okay. Is anyone there? Yes, I think people are there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Austin. Justin, how you doing? Let's see. Yeah, I've been watching the explanations of options. Can I do these in Canada or any of your recommended SPACs and stocks? Yes, Ed, you can buy and sell these all you want from Canada. Not a problem. You can buy the SPACs, you can buy the contracts, you can write contracts from Canada, no problem at all. Depending on the brokerage firm you're using, you should have no issues whatsoever. The Dow right now is showing a gain of 155 points with what do we got now? 34 minutes to go before we open. S&P is up 16 points and NASDAQ is showing a gain of 44. Oil is gaining now 98 cents a barrel to 62.93. That's what we're showing right now. Gold futures aim for 7th straight rise, a 3rd straight weekly gain. Gold might be a little overcooked, but we'll see. And that's what we're showing. Let's go forward. Hang on one second while I try this. Gore's holding 1333 and up 22 cents on Gore's Holdings so far in the pre-market. Thank you very much, Gore's Holdings. And let's see if we have something else here while we try to watch these pre-market listings. Pre-market rumors. VGAC, Virgin Group, $9.97 unchanged on the pre-market. It was actually at $10 this morning for a bit. Again, I think that these shares are being kind of held around this level to complete the merger, the vote that's going on. I know a lot of you have been getting your proxies in your emails, asking you to please vote on the combination between 23andMe, and it is happening. It will go through. I don't know when they quote. How do I say this? When will they quote release the stock to just trade? It's coming. It is coming sooner, but I don't know what minute this goes. So, this is your chance to pick up the stock or some options while the stock is being kind of locked in here to this $9.97 to $10 window. It's just kind of stuck here. Why some shares are going up right now and others are being locked down, I can't answer this question. These didn't exist in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. This is all a new thing. It's all relatively new. With the changes of the SEC rule changes in the last month and a half ago, 2 months ago, there's a lot of this going on with securities lawyers and analysts. We're not sure why, what, and how, but it seems in some cases stocks like IPOE and Gore's Holdings, they're moving. They're on their way, where others are seem to be kind of locked into place, and it's kind of like they're just stuck in their doghouse until the votes are in, and then once the votes are in, I'll let her go. I don't know, and I don't. How do I say this? I'm pretty sure that there's no one talking about some of these stocks other than myself and a handful of other people. There is no campaign that I can see anywhere going on for Virgin Group, VGAC, FAII, Fortress. I do not see an orchestrated media, investor relations, promotion, anything happening. I just don't. It's absolute radio silence. I guess the word I'll say, radio silence, complete nothing being said, and probably on purpose, probably by under legal advisement. But one company's securities lawyers might be saying, Just don't say anything right now. And another company securities lawyers are going, makes no difference. You can talk all you want. I don't know. I'll say this much. There's no official news coming out of IPOE that could materially affect the value of the deal that you're about to enter into with SoFi. And Gores Holdings and Matterport, nothing is being issued so that this deal has to be redone or anything like that. It's all full steam ahead. So those two stocks are just doing great. They're fine. But the others, they're not talking either, and their stocks seem to me to be locked into place. And there seems to be like a big buyer and a big seller on both sides of the market, just market making it between a penny or two, and that's all. And that's what I'm gleaning here as I'm trying to figure out in plain English for you what the heck is going on with some of these stocks. Why is Gores holding up 20 cents right now in the pre-market? There's no news. Well, it's because there's speculation on the Matterport deal, and it's such a great looking deal. The Matterport company is really on a roll here. It's looking corporately really good. And people are going, yeah, once this thing is merged in, boy, is there going to be a ton of positive news coming out of here. And this stock, remember, Gores Holdings has already been to $28. Already to $28 after the announcement that Matterport was coming in. So this thing at $13.30 is not like at record highs or anything like that. We're not talking about Gores Holdings reaching stratospheric amounts. $13.30 a share is less than half the price the stock has already been at on this arranged deal. So we're early days here. I'm getting the feeling that the folks at Gores Holding, they're not even going to blink an eye if it goes up to $15. They're not going to care. Just let it go. So interesting. IPOE has been as high as $27 odd since it announced its arrangement with SoFi. So these SPACs, we're all happy with how they're moving because a number of you, a very good number of you, have been listening to me saying, these are at $10. Buy these things, 10, 10, 50, 11, 12. Buy them now. Get them now. Pick them off. They're cheap. They're on sale. And you've been doing it. You have been following my advice, and you've been picking up calls and stock and you name it. And now when they reach, they go up a couple of bucks from here, there's a whole bunch of you going, oh, I'm already up. Well, yes, that's the point. You're already ahead of the game, and the game isn't even started yet. Welcome to the pre-IPO market. Welcome to the world that the investment bankers are enjoying on Wall Street, that they don't want you in on. Welcome to the world where the Goldman Sachs and JP Morgans and all the other senior houses over there, the Oppenheimers and Jeffries and everybody else, these guys arrange deals with private companies to fund them with a bunch of stock before an IPO. It's pre-IPO funding that might be 6 months, a year before they even do an IPO. And this funds these private companies, helps them reorganize themselves, and gets their house in order for investor relations department. They get 3 or 4 people hired in there. They got all that set up. That's millions of dollars in expenses. Then they're bringing in the securities lawyers for ongoing securities regulations and ongoing filings. That's a bunch of money. They bring in the auditors to help them audit their companies up for public release. Millions of dollars in expenses. On and on it goes. They're setting these companies up to become publicly traded companies, and this requires millions and millions of dollars. And they're issuing stock from their treasury maybe at $8, $10, $12, $15 a share to institutional investors on a private placement basis off the market. This is a private company just raising money privately. The pension funds and hedge funds and all these guys who invest in these guys through these investment houses are happy to do it because they're going, yeah, we'd love to invest in company ABC that you're going to take public next year. Yeah, no problem at all. They need 50 million. Yeah, okay. And so they raised 10 million from 5 different hedge funds and pension funds and mutual funds, and that money comes in, and the company is set up to go public and is reorganizing its personnel and all of this stuff. And then they begin the IPO roadshow with the prepared financials and the investor relations team that's all set now to be the in-house promotion team for the stock. And they hit the road, and they're talking about going public at maybe $25 to $35 a share. But they sold stock at 8, 10, 12 to all these institutional insiders over here. Well, yeah, they're happy because they know that this thing's going public at least double the price they paid for it. There's one other thing that they know. When the IPO is priced, these 5 institutions get their hands on more stock at whatever price they're going public at to average their entire position at a nice little price. Again, no one's calling you out there in the retail world. You're not going to get the call. These guys are getting the call. And then there are all the other hedge funds and mutual funds out there that these brokerage firms know and love and deal with all the time. And by the time the IPO is announced and you hear all the hype and you hear all the glory, how great it is, you hear stuff like, oh, the IPO pricing has been raised to the higher end of the range. They were going to release 20 million shares at $25 a share. Now they're going to release 28 million shares at $34 a share. You hear all this kind of hype. So day in and day out, and as we come close to the IPO date, up goes the deal, because they're shopping it around all over the place, and they're creating this buzz around an IPO. Again, these insiders paid 8, 10, 12, $14 a share, which is what you're doing right now. You've been doing that with these SPACs. You were the insider. You're the first buyers of this stuff. You're not. This money isn't going into the treasury of the company. It's just going to other shareholders. But you are buying the cheap paper and have been buying the cheap paper for months, listening to me. By the time the IPO is priced and issued and released, then they call the stock for trading on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ. The deal was done at $38 a share, and the first trade on the market, $75 a share. That's where the retail investor is allowed in to get in on the deal, because at that point in time, the retail investor is shown how great this company is going to be someday. And the brokerage firms are all standing there with their thumbs in their suspenders, going, "This is a great deal, everybody. You're going to do well." And the institutional investors who bought 6 months ago, a year ago, they're just going, "Oh, this is great. Oh, this is beautiful. We're up 10 times our money, 8 times our money in a year because we got a call from Joe Schmuck over at Goldman Sachs, and they asked us for $10 million. They're putting $50 million together for these guys. We threw $10 million into the pot, and we got it at $10 a share. They just went public at 38, and they're trading at 75. We're up 7.5 times our money. And we were able to buy at 38 another $20 million worth. And so we're laughing here. This is beautiful. And whenever Joe Schmuck calls from Goldman Sachs to the institution and says, "We're thinking of taking another company public, we're looking to reorganize," the hedge fund goes, "Yes." "We're thinking of raising another." "Yes." "We need another 5 months." "Yes." "How much money you want?" "How much are you letting me put in?" "How much are you letting me put in to the next deal you're putting together?" Because the way you guys put them together, it's a guaranteed win for us. We know we can't sell the stock for at least a year, maybe 2. We don't care. We're up 5, 8, 15 times our money. So what? I mean, if we can make 10% a year on our money, we're gods in the hedge fund world. Yeah, how much can I have? And so dozens and dozens and dozens of private companies are in the pipeline with all of these different brokerage firms. Each one of them has a stable of them ready to go. And they're in different forms and different stages of down the road going public. And here we are, IPOE and Gores Holdings and VGAC. You are learning with, hopefully through me, how companies go public another way. And this is the SPAC way. And if you watch the media, the big television networks, and you read some of the big publications, all you are hearing about with respect to SPACs are they're garbage. That's all you're hearing about. Garbage, risky, people getting their brains blown out, losing, taking incredible risk. Yeah, okay. If you want to buy 10 grand worth of every SPAC ever created, I have news for you. Not every one of them is going to work out because there might be a couple of dogs in there. Maybe best intentions were planned, but it never worked out. On the other hand, if you're picky and you pick off, you put your money into entities where, I like the SPAC group, and I kind of like the group they're taking public. But what I really like about not only these two entities is the third parties, this third group of guys. These are the institutions and pension funds and mutual funds and ETFs, hedge funds. They're buying into this deal on top of the money they've raised in the SPAC. That's what I'm looking at. So IPOE, 1.9 billion in cash, about 800 million from the SPAC, 1 billion from the street, baby. 1 billion from the street. You think the street is going to sit back and go, oh, we're not going to talk about it. You know, they go public, but we're not going to tell anybody we own this stuff. We'll keep this a secret. Are you kidding me? Look at 1 billion reasons why we want this stock to go up. 1 billion reasons. We're locked in. We can't sell the stock for the first 6 months a year, but we have 1 billion reasons why we want this to go up, because by the time our stock is free to trade, we don't want to be at 15 bucks a share. We don't want to be at 18 bucks a share. We don't want to be at 22 bucks a share. No. Well, we know what the value of this SoFi is. We know exactly what they're worth. We looked at their books. We know exactly that they're 27 bucks a share the minute they start trading. And we know that the stock is going to be promoted. Why? Because we're going to promote it. We're going to hire promoters. We're going to encourage analysts to analyze SoFi. Encourage them. And they're going to be encouraged to analyze how much money they're making and to share their analytics with the world at large, because they have a large following, these folks. That's what these insiders are doing. So you guys have a limited time frame to get your hands on some of these SPACs before they're merged in and they're out there. And that's why I'm here. This is one of the reasons I keep talking about this all the time. I don't know if there's any other YouTubers that are doing what I'm doing. I'm not sure how many others are out there trying to explain it to you in this kind of way. But I'll guarantee you this. I will make you a warrant. I'll give you a warranty. IPOE, Gores Holdings, VGAC, FAII, all these SPACs that I've talked about. If they do what I expect them to do, and they are in this $20 to $30 to $40 range and higher, you can bet your bottom dollar you are going to find all kinds of YouTubers who are now covering these stocks. You're going to find all kinds of them. They're going to be all over the place, and they're going to be talking like they've been recommending it for years. And you're going to be looking at that going, what? There's going to be a lot of people out there who do not know I exist, because I am really unknown. I mean, you guys know me, but we have 1,400 people here. There's nobody here. A lot of people do not know what you know and what you're seeing and what you're watching happen in front of your eyes on these stocks. And so a lot of folks are going to be introduced to these companies for the very first time within about 3 weeks to a month and a half from now, because these companies will start trading as their new listing will bring them in. And then there'll be a lot of followers coming into this market. You're the ones, though, if you play this the right way, you're the ones who are going to have the difficult decision to make. Should I sell some now, Bruce? Because I'm up a lot of money. Should I be selling this? And how should I do it? And what do you think? And how much higher can it go? Where the others on the outside getting in for the first time are going, wow, I hear that it can go to $100 a share. It could go to $150 a share. It could really take off, because there's going to be all kinds of conspiracy theorists and all kinds of new Johnny-come-latelys coming out here going, oh, this is the hottest stocks in sliced bread. This is going to be better than AMC. This is going to be better than anything else. That's what's coming. And you're the ones who are going to be the sellers. You're the institutional investors in micro. You're the guys who got in early, who waited and waited and waited and asked Uncle Bruce how much longer until this thing goes. And you're the ones who are going to be paid off. You're going to be paid off handsomely for your time. And you'll be able to sell whenever you want, whatever you want. And thank you very much. Let's have some fun. Anyway, there you go. 1345 to 1350 on Gores Holdings. It looks like a little better right now. GameStop is 170.52. It just doesn't seem to want to give us any momentum at this point, unfortunately. VGAC is 9.99, up 2 cents. Woohoo! We'll take that. What can I say? Waiting for the opening of the market, which is in 16 minutes, so we can get started here. And let's see what this market wants to give us today. We're wide open for some action. If we can be handed any here, we are patiently waiting this out minute to minute. The Dow is up 130 points and the S&P up 14, NASDAQ up 46. That's what we have at this moment in time. we'll take we have to take what we have to take and go from there. Otherwise, let me take a look at some other pre-market trades. For AMC right now, the early morning is 1264. It's up 9 cents on the session in the pre-market on volume of 60. No, that's not right. 596,000. It did trade 61 million yesterday. This volume is not good. This is not enough volume. It was as high. It looked like the stock did reach about 1275 about an hour ago, 45 minutes ago. Now at 1260.64. So that's what it's doing. Let me take a look here on other stocks. Oh man, FAII has been locked in this 9.99 range. It's now 10.01, up 2 cents. But only 1,000 on the pre-market. We got nothing going on here yet. So we're waiting for that one to be kind of unleashed. Over at Navside Holdings, 993, up 3 cents, a little better. Still though, no actual news. IPOE 1871, up 31 cents, 97,000 shares. We're approaching $19 now. So your contracts out there, those of you who were able to pick off 15s and 16s, 17s, 1750s, everything else, you should be doing very nicely. And this is only the beginning. These have been much higher. They've been as high as $28 already, just on the takeover announcement of this deal in the last few months. So got a ways to go. As I say, Gore's holding 1335 to 1350 range. They've been as high as $28 during their run since the announcement. And then GameStop, 170.71, up 22 cents on 11,000 shares. No announcement yet, no news. We're waiting for, of course, CEO financials and the annual meeting. And we are getting closer. We're at the 21st of May now. And we have 9 days this month and 9 or so days into June. So 18 days from now, we are going to be rocking and rolling here with that annual meeting, and I think other news in the meantime. So very interesting to see how this all comes together. Exciting stuff. Definitely exciting stuff. Thank you all for following me today. Welcome to the show, the channel, and let's have some fun today making some money. Beautiful. All right, let's go back here and see what I have here. If I buy 100 shares of, say, NOK and write contracts, is that a contract? Yes, you can write one call contract against 100 shares. Exactly. That is correct. If you own 500 shares, you can write up to 5 call contracts. You can write one call contract at one price for a certain day. Let's say you own IPOE, you own 500 IPOE. You could write one call contract that expires tonight. You could write one call contract that expires next Friday. Another one expires the Friday after that. One expires 6 months from now. Whatever you want and whatever exercise price you want. Each contract will have its own price, will have its own symbol, and you'll then be carrying different positions going forward. There it is. Awesome. Thank you. Let's go here. Where are we going? He's talking in general, but he's using IPO as an example. Thank you, everybody, for helping out everybody else. Thank you. I got to be right this time, says Uncle Bruce. So tempting to sell my Doge and buy more options. Let's see. Let's see. What else going on here? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate this. And I'm just trying to. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to catch up with your comments. And Vash is saying, another day here. Here I am placing another meme order at 169.69. Come catch this limit order while it's fresh. I got all my voting information for SPACs in Fidelity. Didn't get anything for the few shares of SPACs in Robinhood. Interesting. Any news of the Gores being completed? Not that I know of. Does anyone out there have anything from Gores Holdings? Has anyone got a proxy? Anything at all? I know it's coming, but I haven't heard of it yet. Anyway, thank you, Adober Mamba. Nobody knows yet. Uncle Bruce is priceless. Uncle Bruce Somewhere's with Bruce. Thank you. Yeah, I traveled to Florida this week for work. The tap water is quite pungent, kind of smelly. It is its unique odor, isn't it? Wow, Florida water. Yep. Let's see. GHVI is still well under my average, even with yesterday's move. Haha. Like I said, it's been as high as 28, no question. But it's a buy down here. I bought GHVI at 15 something, says Derek. I got in months ago and you told me about it at 17. There you go. I think when I told everybody about it, I said, keep an eye on it. If it backs off, you want to get in there. Don't chase it. But some of you guys didn't listen. It's all right. It's okay. 17 isn't going to matter. Not going to matter. SoFi, good news just released. It's finally green on GHVI. And let's see here. Thank you, everybody, for popping in here. What do we got now for time? 6:20. We've got 10 minutes to go until we open. Okay, great. I'm doing well with GHVI so far, and IPOE. Can anyone tell me the symbol that the stock that Uncle Bruce is talking about? What's the name of the company? GHVI. Gores Holdings, is that the one? IPOE is the SoFi. I don't know. Okay. SoFi added 430,000 new members. Total revenues up more than 150% year over year. EBITDA easily beat guidance. I know it. This SoFi is going to be a market darling. This is going to be a heavily traded stock. You guys are about to like, we're in the parking lot and we're walking to the theme park, and then we go through the theme park and we'll see all the people coming and going, and then we're going to come into the venue where the show is going to take place, and we're going to be led down this tunnel to get to our seats. And just as we come out of the tunnel, we're going to, we'll see our seats just over there, and then we'll see, oh my God, there are 50,000 people here in this thing. This is what's about to happen to you regarding your IPOE shares. You haven't seen anything. The explosion is about to happen. It is going to be absolutely mind-blowing for you guys. The SoFi stock is going to be so heavily talked about. As much as Apple, as Amazon, as any stock out there, SoFi is going to be very heavily talked about by every network and analyst, and you name it. This is not a tiny little deal that's just going to evaporate into the ether. This thing is going to be really, really, really popular. And your stock's going to trade gazillions of shares a day. You're just not going to believe it. There are not enough shares available at these prices for the market that's about to discover this company. That's just it. It's like a brand new band that's going to go up on stage in front of 50,000 people that have no idea how good these guys are. They've heard things, but they're there to see a big show, but they're about to be blown away. And this right here is an example. These comments right here is just a taste of what the market is going to want to absorb. It's amazing. Lou is talking about these symbols here: IPOE, GHVI, VGAC, FAII. Thank you. Good morning, Uncle Bruce and Bagel Crew. Let's see. I've been hauling a garbage bag full of fuel to the launch pad for the VGAC for months. Yep. SVAC, a 1.2 million volume pre-market, up 7 cents. Well, that sounds pretty good. SVAC, let's take a look here. SVAC, there we go. 1.2 million shares, and it's at $9.98, up 8 cents right now. Beautiful. Any news? Nope. Not a word. Not a syllable. Maybe Starboard is ready to go. That's another one. Our shares are going to be very active very quickly. We are 6 minutes from opening here, guys. And hang on to your hats as we start another day here. Should be a lot of fun. IPOE 1865 up 25 cents right now. All righty. Thank you, guys. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm trying to catch up your messages here. I can't keep up with you. So many are here. Thank you for being here. A lot of you are answering each other's questions, which I think is fantastic. And let's see. You are the one and only Bagel Broker King. Thank you, everybody. Here we go. Pablo, thank you for this donation. You made this a while ago. 10 minutes ago, you made this donation. I'm just getting to your comment. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I want to thank you for IPOE buy single. Thank you. I want you folks to get rich. I really do. I think you guys are going to do really well with these. And I thank you for your very kind generosity to Jennifer and I. The richer you get, the richer we get. And I thank you guys. Make it happen. Go stocks, go. Let's see what happens. Thank you, everybody. Also, Bertie, thank you for this. IPOE, what a bagel favor to Tio Bruce. My stripper money is building. There you go, Bertie. We all have our hobbies. What can I say? Thank you all for your kind support and everything. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. We're getting ready to go. Number 421 thumbs up, reporting for duty. We already got 421 thumbs ups. Is that true? 476 thumbs ups. Wow, that's awesome. You guys don't want to see Yoko Ono come out, do you? That is awesome. Right on. Okay. Thank you to Mr. Joshua. Super stickers. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We are 4 minutes from the opening. Let's get ready. Let's get going. Noting the MTTR other than the IR director yesterday. That's right, nothing. Matterport is what Gore's holding is turning into. And they hired an investor relations director. They announced their new director yesterday. The stock went up already just on that. That is a sign that we're only just beginning here. Guys, get ready for some fun. Going to be good. Let's see. Here we go. FAII, VGAC, IPOE. I've gotten the proxy voting forms, but nothing yet from Gore's Holdings. Something tells me you're about to. Something tells me, and maybe SVAC is about to do the same thing. Maybe we've got something going on here on a couple more. I'm sure we do. Every one of your SPACs, you're gonna start to receive your proxies to vote on these deals. It's coming. All right. JDG sitting on 1,500 shares of IPOE at $15.10 apiece. Beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be so much fun. Folks, get ready. Should be a good time. Fresh and free. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I went to Costco yesterday and discovered they have a booze store attached. Got spiked lemonade for $4 less than the local package store. Just had a sesame seed bagel with smoked salmon. Yum. If you went to a Costco and they have a liquor store attached, I'm not sure if that's in the States or not, but it's definitely Alberta. That in Canada, that's how they do it. You cannot have booze inside the Costco store, but you can have a building that is literally standing beside the Costco store, like a foot beside it, and inside there can be your booze. I mean, the liquor laws are so stupid. Whereas in the States, depending on the state, you might have wine and beer only in some Costcos, and in other states you have it all. I really like California, where it's just whatever. Just I think Arizona too, you can get whatever you want. So mature. Anyway, what can I say? Thank you, everybody. Let's see. We're coming closer to listing. 2 minutes to go. Josh Brown, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. There's a Josh Brown on CNBC, but I don't know if that's Josh Brown from CNBC. But welcome to the show. Welcome, Josh. You'll be welcomed here by everybody. Nice to have you here. Appreciate it. Thank you for popping in and joining this crazy gang of regulars as we're getting ready to open up trading on the markets right now. We're getting excited here. Looking forward to firing up the markets to see what we're doing here. Fantastic. Again, thank you everybody for helping me out yesterday with my technical issues. We're still trying to figure out how it all works. I do appreciate it. It's great of you to be here, and you know, it's just I love that you helping me out when I need the help. Because boy, do I need help! I need help all the time. I'm just useless with some of this stuff. The Dow is up 150 points on the pre-market as we're about to go into the live trading now. S&P up 16 points, Nasdaq up 50, oil up $1.39 at this point in time. That's what we're at right now on these markets. So hang on to your hats, kids. We're about to start trading as the bell is about to go. And we'll see what gives. 1869 on IPOE coming into the market here. Gore's Holdings right now showing a pre-market of 1348, up 37 cents. Touched 1350 to almost 1360 this morning already on the pre-market. So there's a bit of activity there. We're happy about that. GameStop right now is showing 170.49, up $1.66. Kind of a quiet opening there, but that's what we have. And AMC, for you AMC followers, 12.55 now, down 9 cents on the pre-market. Unfortunately, not getting a big boost. We should be banging that bell. They are doing it. It's happening. The bell is ringing on the New York Stock Exchange. So we're in business now. And IPOE is officially starting the first trade here at at 1858, 1865 range, up 18 cents on 167,000 shares. First trade. GameStop showing 171 right now on its first trade, up 51 cents on 45,000. AMC at 1260, up a nickel on 1.9 million. Gore's Holdings 1365, up 54 cents on 149,000 shares pre-market, right off the hop here. VGAC at 9.99, up 2 cents on 26,000. Fifth Wall Acquisition, FWAA, up 7 cents at 10.71. Vector Acquisition, VACQ, 16,000 volume at 9.97, up a penny. Navsite Holdings at 9.90 at the moment. SVAC up 2 cents to 9.92. 1.2 million showing on the New York exchange. So I'm not sure what to make of this. We'll keep an eye on that here. FAII up 4 cents to 9.99 from what we can tell you. We are watching the opening of the markets. The Dow Jones Industrial is showing a gain of 158. S&P up 19. NASDAQ up 67. IPOE at 1863.64. And GameStop now 172.16, up $1.67 is what we're showing now on GameStop on 62,000 shares. Not a lot, but it is 172.16 to start the morning. All righty. Come on, markets. Let's see what we can get. Gore's at 13.76 now, up 65 cents again to start the morning. 13.80 on Gore's Holdings now, 81, 195,000 volume. So Gore's and IPOE and GameStop all higher to start the morning. No complaints here. 13.81 was the Gore's Holding high trade, I think, today. 13.89 even. Wow, even did that. SVAC, watching out of the corner of my eye, just showing at 9.91, up a penny at this point right now. Wondering if they're about to release their shareholder meeting notifications and proxies. We'll watch for that, everybody. Welcome to the show. Up 198 on the Dow, 0.58%, 208-point gain on the Dow. Very good start. 20-point gain on S&P, 58-point gain on NASDAQ. The markets are definitely surging on a nice start to the morning here. Apple is up a couple of pennies, like 18 cents a share. IBM is up 75 cents. Home Depot 317.97. They announced a $20 billion stock buyback last night. I think they bumped their dividend again. Nvidia 600 a share, up $16, looking good. And like I say, IPOE up 15 cents. Gore's up 77 cents to 13.88 now. GameStop up $1.08 to 171.57. AMC 12.47, down 8 cents. Gore's is the star of the show right now, making a bit of a run here. Very interesting. Had a high of 13.89. It's really choppy, but choppy on the upside. 13.81 right now. And now 71. It's just jumping in dimes. Very, very interesting. Wow. NASDAQ up half a percentage point this morning to start the day. First weekly gain in 5 weeks. That's how long it's been for NASDAQ to have any kind of a starting run here. Gore's now trading at 13.50 to 52, jumping about here quite a bit. Volume on Gore's Holdings so far, 276,000 shares. So there's definitely jumping around. 13.63 up another dime again. Very interesting. IPOE 1865 up a quarter on 244,000. And GameStop at 171.49 on 97,000 shares. The low of the day, 170.73. The high, 172.50. We're 171.50, right in the middle, up $1 on GameStop. AMC down 16 cents at $12.39. Low of the day on 3.3 million volume. So it is slumping here, unfortunately, at this point in time. Let's see. SVAC Starboard 993 up 3 cents. It's not moving, but it's traded 1.22 million. There must have been a block trade right off the get-go here. I don't have any more details on that. I'm just guessing a block trade would have gone through. And a block trade is a large trade of maybe 1 million shares, or in this case, maybe 1.2 million shares. That is not uncommon, where a large buyer and a large seller want to make a deal. They want to swap stock, like for cash, like it's a trade. It's one's selling, one's buying, but they negotiate privately for a deal, and then they see what the market is doing, and they know where the market is and where it's been, and the seller has a price in mind, the buyer has a price in mind. They negotiate the deal. They come to the floor, and it might be the same brokerage house. It could literally be the floor trader, the desk trader, and the floor trader doing the same trade on both sides, and they go to the floor and they just conduct the trade as a block trade within the context of the market. So if the shares are a penny or two higher, they'll sell stock to get the market down to the price they want to get at, and then do the block trade. Or if it's a penny or two below, they'll do some buying to pop it up, get it up there, and then do the block trade. Other times the stock is $9.91 to $9.94, and they do the trade at $9.93 right in the middle, and the deal is a done deal. And so it looks really good on the volume. You're going, wow, look at all the volume. But in reality, it's two people or two groups, two organizations. One is a buyer, one is a seller. It's been pre-negotiated for days, and today is consummation day. Quite common. We used to do block trades all the time back in the day. But in the old days, when I was a broker and branch manager, we had to physically put the deal together on the floor of the exchange. And like I said, there were times where we did both sides of the trade. There were other times where we were the buyer or we were the seller, and we were working with another firm to do the deal. And so what would happen then is I might be the broker on the buy side, and there's a broker at another firm that's on the sell side, and my client, who's the buyer, knows who the seller is through the other house, and they're telling their brokers, one telling me, one telling the other guy, we want to do this trade at whatever price per share. And I'll be told, hey, Bruce, the buying broker or the selling broker, you're the buyer, the seller is Merrill Lynch. And the Merrill Lynch guy will be told, hey, the buyer for this block trade is Osler, where Bruce is, over there. And so the two, I'll call my floor trader and give him the heads up and say, hey, we're trying to do a block trade. I'm the buyer of X amount of shares at such price. The seller is Merrill. So my floor trader will go over to the floor trader on the other side to Merrill and say, hey, apparently we're going to be doing a block trade. And the Merrill guy goes, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he'll call his desk and say, hey, listen, apparently we're going to be doing a block trade. And the desk will yell out, is anyone doing a trade on XYZ? And then the moron broker at Merrill, who doesn't know what I know, well, oh yeah, it's me. Then he'll write his ticket, hand it to the desk trader, and the floor trader will tell the desk trader what the trade is. And the desk trader going, yeah, well, I got this ticket here. This guy wants to sell 1 million shares at $15. And the floor trader going, yeah, I'll handle it. I got the floor trader here from the other house. The buyer is standing right beside me. We'll figure this out between us. And then these two guys get the trade done, and then they report back to their desk traders, who report back to their brokers, and that's how the deal gets done. This is old school trading. Block trades all the time, happened all the time, still happen to this very day. Anyway, the inside of the market, the old days. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you, everybody, for being here today, following this market. I appreciate it. Hope you're happy with the way the markets are going. 1856 on IPOE, GameStop 172.32, up $1.83. IPOE up 16 cents. Gore is up 59 cents to 13.70. We're loving that. VACQ Vector is up to $10, up 4 cents on 22,000. SVAC at 992, up 2 cents on 1.223 million. Like nothing has happened since that first trade. So just the block trade so far, but that's an interesting indicator that something's up. NavSite 993, up 3 cents on 10,000. FAII 998, 999 on 4,000 shares. Very quiet at this point. The proxies are out. That's the deal here right now. And thank you everybody for popping in. NVIDIA declares a 4-for-1 stock split, says Michael. Interesting for NVIDIA. That'll be interesting to see how the stock reacts. Now you can see live how a stock begins to react once you announce a split. It's Chip trying a unique opportunity, referring to the foreign official intelligence stocks, reinstating chip maker stocks has got buys. Interesting. It's up $16 a share. If it's going to go a 4-for-1 split, that means it'll not trade at 600 a share going forward. It'll start trading in the 150 range. And it'll be interesting to see where the stock goes from here with this split, people knowing the split's coming. The low for the year in the last year on NVIDIA, $319. The high, $648. Now it's $601 right now, splitting 4-for-1 apparently. Interesting stuff. NVDA. All right. Welcome one, welcome all. Gores Holdings, 1353, up 42 cents. The high of the day, 1389. Very good. And no announcement, no news. It's just going higher. That's what it is. But remember, Gores has been as high as $28 on this Matterport merger deal. So this is not record territory. It's just beginning to get to where it really should be going. It should be in the 20s, in my opinion. Once this deal is concluded, it should be well into the 20s and higher. And if you're getting it here, I think you're going to do nicely. 172.94 on GameStop. We're just under 173. High of the day, 173.10 today. There it goes, 173.33. That's a new high range right now. We just touched 173.40 on GameStop. We're up 283, 173.50 right now. Stock's moving higher as we speak. Good to see that coming through. No news that I can find on GameStop. Still waiting for news to come out. So we're just kind of, what am I saying? What can I tell you? Let's see what this is. Let's see an article here. GameStop, the rise of retail and why we should drop the term dumb money for good. Well, I don't know. We'll see what that's all about. Can't read that article. I'm just noticing the headline there. Anything good like that, we'll take it. 172.90 now on GameStop. Might take a run, maybe not. We'll see if this article has gives the stock any help whatsoever. Thank you all for being here today. Appreciate it. It was nice to see you. Nice to have you here. And I know you're following these markets like I am. 1853 on IPOE. The Dow is up 296. Real good start to the day. This is pretty good stuff. Thank you very much. I say thank you for those of you who are subscribing to this channel. I appreciate that too. Make sure to hit the bell notification icon. We try to do update videos every day, a little recaps of what we do here live. If you're subscribing and you're hitting the bell notification icon, you will be alerted every time a new video is coming up. If you become a member of this channel, you will get alerts from time to time on stocks that I'm following. So any news that comes up overnight, you might get alerts at any old time. So make sure to subscribe to this channel, become a member, and you can use the emojis and comment here on our live show. And we welcome all of you here to the family. It's great that you're here, and welcome one and welcome all. All right, let's see here. Quick peek here. We're at GameStop, 173.75 now. Going higher again. This is the 173.98 new high. The good news there, we'll take it. The markets are strong. The Dow is up almost 300 points. S&P up 24. NASDAQ only up 38, but the Dow is really catching up. Kind of good news there. 173.55 on GameStop. 173.94. Looks like we're about to try a shot at 174 and going higher. Very good start, up 345 on GameStop. Volume 191,000, really quiet, which is a good sign. Little volume, and it's up 350. That is a good sign. Gores Holdings now 1329, IPOE 1846. And we're showing everyone else kind of about the same flat line at this point. VanEck Vector's up 4 cents. Home Depot up 2.30. IBM up 82 cents. Microsoft up 83 cents. Apple down 53 cents. Tesla down 35 cents. Bed Bath & Beyond up 47 cents to 24.16. That is cheap. Don't know if it's value price there, but it's just cheap. Royal Caribbean up 23 cents, Norwegian up 44, and Carnival up 30 cents. The cruise lines are positive. They're hopeful they can start sailing in Alaska this summer. Amazon down $14, Facebook down a couple of bucks. Google up $7.50 a share. Nvidia up $13.43 at $5.97 a share right now. AT&T $29.99, Boeing up $7.70. Coinbase 234, under that magical 250 level that they were touted at when they were supposed to come out in that range. Intel up 47 cents to 56.42. Micron up 9 cents to 81 bucks 22 cents. So we're showing right now here in this early morning, first few minutes of trading. Welcome one, welcome all to the channel. It's Uncle Bruce here, where we try to explain what's happening to you, what's happening in the markets in plain English. And hopefully we can stay on top of this. Appreciate all of you who are here and you're following me. If you have any questions for me, let me know. You can always send a super chat with a question if you like. If you're not a member of this channel, you can always do that. Thank you, all of you who are here. Those of you who would like to have a one-on-one session with me, you'd like to spend an hour with me privately to go over, what you're doing and stuff. I'm certainly happy to talk to you about that. I do charge $400 for an hour for U.S. funds, and I do my sessions Saturdays and Sundays. And I think this week I might be fully booked out. But you can send me an email to brucefrommert@hotmail.com. The email is down below in the description here. It's always in the description of every one of my videos. Just send me an email at the old hotmail.com address and say, hey, Bruce, I'd like to schedule a one-on-one with you. And if you have a particular weekend in mind, let me know what day you'd like, and I'll take a look at the schedule and see what I can do. Otherwise, you might say to me, as soon as you can, I'm willing and able to drop everything and meet with you. Then I will go from there. I will try to get you in there. All right. Thank you. Glitch Fizz, Matterport welcomes Vinatha Kutaglia as Vice President of Customer Operations. Well, right on. Welcome aboard. GameStop, Gores Holdings at 13.20 up 9 cents. AMC went positive, 12.63 up 8 cents. GameStop 174.40 up 3.91. IPOE 18.45 up a nickel. 174.50 is the high for GameStop, and we're just about there. We went through 174 like a hot knife through butter, like soft butter, and we're trying to get to 175 now. Come on, GameStop. You got to get back to 189. That's where you were earlier this week. Let's see here. Thank you, everybody. Matterport announced a new vice president of customer operations. Let's see. Is the vice president of costumer operations the guy that determines the uniform? Costumer operation. Anyway, damn, I just realized I was 15 minutes behind when you said you were ringing the bell. There you go. Looking good. 173.62 on GameStop, 18.47 on IPOE. AMC at 12.53, down 2 cents at the moment. Gores Holdings up to 13.13, up just 2 cents now. Gores had a pretty hot start. It went to 13.89 right off the bat. Pretty good run right there. It's now at 13.22, just jumped another dime. 466,000 shares traded on Gores. Very good market. The Dow up 258, and S&P up 21, NASDAQ up 28 points. That's what we're looking at here. First thing in the morning markets. Welcome one, welcome all to the show. I'm glad you're here. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll try to get through doing it. I was thinking about buying some VGAC. Are we still liking it? Yeah, we're liking it a lot. We're liking it a lot. We're about to break. We're just waiting for the stock to be let go here. Just all I can say. And let's see. I wouldn't mind a nice run on GameStop. There you go. Thumbs up, people. He helped you learn to make money. With this no volume, can we even say this is accurate price discovery? We are 1% of the daily average. Well, give it time. Actually, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see that 200. Sometimes shares trade heavy, sometimes they don't. It's just the way it is. But the markets are all emotion right now. Thank you for the 680 thumbs ups, you guys. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. Fantastic. We're approaching 700 thumbs ups already. We're just minutes into the show. Thank you, guys. Get me over 1,000 thumbs ups as soon as possible, and we will keep Yoko Ono out of this channel. We won't have her in here. Thank you, guys. Hey, Bruce, my opinion about AONE SPAC. They'll merge this year with the 3D printer manufacturer Mark Forged. It's a $2.1 million deal. I have no opinion on it. I don't even know who they are. Carlos, who hired Caligula? Wally's World. Morning all. Wally's World is in listening only mode, so get you, Bruce, to say something funny so I can laugh along with you. Thank you to Isaiah for becoming a new member. Welcome, Isaiah, to the group. You'll be getting alerts from us from time to time. And every time I come up with a new stock that I think you should be following, you'll get an alert on that as well ahead of the channel. One of the membership privileges of being a member here. Thank you for joining in. I love it. Crazy low volume, but good prices. Ashley says, Funky J Bell, GameStop, a nice run. It's like watching Forrest Gump for 3 months. Vote for Yoko. Welcome back, Isaiah. Welcome aboard. Hi, Turtles. I like Turtles, says Colin. Okay, Isaiah is here. Woohoo! Welcome, Isaiah. There's a lot of green on GameStop. Welcome. GameStop, 173.74, up 325. IPOE is actually down 4 cents to 18.36. Any of you out there who have not taken advantage of IPOE to get your hands on some contracts or pick up some cheap stock, you might be given an opportunity here. I don't know how long this will last, but it is off a little bit. So if you grab some, you grab some. Say thank you. 1833 is where we're showing it right now. The S&P turns positive for the week after Friday's opening bell. They say it's up 21 points right now on the S&P. Very good. Up 21 points. The Dow up 278 and Nasdaq up 32. Okay. Bruce, don't recommend any more stock. I can't afford it. Let's see. What are your opinions about Oatly? I see their product in German supermarkets. I know it's years. I'm not that excited about that deal. But then again, I have nothing against it. But I have nothing for it. I honestly have to say, I don't know anything about the fundamentals of the company. I think they went public on an IPO maybe, and so I really don't know anything about it. I just have had no time to look into it. And just nothing for you there. Selling CCL, moving it to IPOE sounds more fun in the long run. I just woke up, says Free Thinker. Good morning, everybody. Sweet run up. Day traders are you know what? Charles, Yoko Ono, GameStop. All I'm saying is give Yoko a chance. Liz Splayer, IKEA sells Oatly too. Like their products a lot, but feels like I'm now the late retail person when buying now. I agree. If you're buying Oatly now, you're one of the last end of the party. So you may not want to be doing that. Bruce, is there a fixed bid-ask price for selling a contract? When it comes time for me to sell one, do I set the ask or is it based on the market? Yeah, you can offer it at whatever price you want, but when you're looking to create a call contract, you're going to write one. You're going to know what the market of the contract is. You're also going to notice where it's been trading at lately. So depending on which firm you use to do your option writing, they may be able to show you a graph or a chart on the history of that contract. Obviously, you're long the stock. If you're writing a covered call, you know how the stock's been doing lately. And so you're going to have in mind a particular exercise price that you're going to want to utilize. And so you're looking at contracts, maybe let's say with GameStop, if you're thinking of writing a call contract at say $200, you might be looking at 5 or 6 contracts with a $200 strike price. You're looking at contracts that maybe have 2 weeks to live, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. And you're going to see the price of each contract is different because the longer the contract has to live, the more value it has, even if it's out of the money. And you're going to ask yourself, how far do I want to go out? to offer my shares at a set price and versus how much I'm going to take in. And so it's this back and forth. How much money do I want? Does it pay me to write a longer contract, or is it just as much money on a daily basis in my pocket to write a 2-week contract versus a 2-month contract? And there is this sweet spot that you might say to yourself, I'm only going to write 3-week contracts, 2-week contracts, but I'll use a closer in price. I want more per day. I want more money for every day the contract has to live in my pocket. And there are, 190s, 195s, 200s, 205s, 210s. You're going to look at all these contracts and you're going to figure out pretty quickly, okay, I kind of know the contract I want to write. I know what price I want now. The bid ask, if it's $18 to $19, you might offer it at $18.95 or $18.75. Do not just hit the bid. If the stock is dropping, hit the bid. But if you're noticing your stock coming up like 176.73 right now, it's 176.27. You want to write 190 contracts good for next Friday, and the value is $8.50 to $9.50. You might offer them at $9.45. You might offer them at $9.85, even higher than the offer, because you're watching the stock come on, and you're just going to try to catch a top price on the way up. Right now, up 6.87 on GameStop at 177.36. You might say, no, I'm going to offer them at 10.44. I'm going to offer them at 11.14. You might pick a price that's a buck higher than the offer, because you're watching the stock take a bit of a run right now. The bid ask is going to shift. It does shift all the time with the stock, up and down depending on the stock. And if GameStop is going to take a run right now to 180, 182, maybe you can get a buck or two higher on your call contract. On the other hand, if it keeps running past 180 and into the 185 range, you might decide, I'm going to write 200s, because forget these 190s. I'm going to the 200s. And you may not get as much money per contract, but you're going to get a higher payout because it's a 200 versus a 190 exercise price. This is the stuff we go over in private to try to figure out how to do it and what works for you, your risk tolerance level, income requirements, everything. We try to figure the whole thing out to make it work for you. Thank you, everybody, so much, everyone, for being here. I love you. IPOE 1854 up 14 cents. AMC now up 22 cents to 12.78. It's got a turnaround. Gores 1338 up 27 cents again. We're coming higher. Vector Acquisition up 3. Starboard up a penny to 991. That's what we got. The Dow up 309. It is powering higher now, guys. This market is powering higher. Anyone want to give Bruce some thumbs ups? Right now is the time. Thank you, everybody. Let's see, 176.50 going higher. GameStop is moving up. You're noticing. Butter. That's right. It's just went up like butter. Thinking of selling a covered call on VGAC for June 18 at 15 is a reasonable move. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Do not offer any contracts on your SPACs right now. Don't offer any call contracts. Do not write any call contracts. Buy contracts, go long, yes, very long, at least in January, but do not offer any contracts right now. Not a good idea. Just before these takeovers, I would not be doing that. But anyway, is the IPOE going to dip once the merger is complete? I don't think so, Passy. I don't think so. I think the stock's going to be discovered by the world. It's going to be one of the most heavily traded stocks out there upon completion. And with all the restrictions on all the insiders on both sides of this deal, the IPOE people and the SoFi people, they can't trade their stock. It's tied up. It's restricted. The SEC won't let them trade it. The only stock that can free trade is the stock you guys have now. The SPAC stock is the only free trading stock. And I'm telling you that there will be 100 people coming in to buy this for every one of you that are here now. The stock's volume on IPOE could be 50 million a day normally. And that's not enough stock down here. It's just not enough paper available to satisfy the demand that is going to come from the SoFi buyers globally. And you don't have enough stock. None of you do. Well, anyway, that's all I'm saying. That's all I say. I picked up a mid-July $10 FAII strike call contract for $75. Pretty sure it should be over $10 by mid-June. Well, mid-July, It should be. Everything should be. But will be? Will there be a market sell-off? Will there be a correction in the middle of all this? Will interest rates spike on us unexpectedly? Will there be an announcement by the Fed that throws everything off kilter? I don't know. When you're playing options this close, there are outside factors that could screw you up. Not your fault. It's the market. That's why I recommend longer the better, just in case something stupid happens. I'm just saying. Just trying to protect you from making mistakes. So many of you are correct on your guesses, on your bets, on your wagers, on your hunches. You're correct. You guessed right. The stock is going to do this, and it did it. But many of you are wrong on timing. And this is where, with contracts, option contracts, you cannot screw up on timing. A screw up on timing will cost you everything. You'll lose all your money. Where the right conservative track is to go long, pay more, and get them longer. And you've taken a screw up out of the mix now. You've taken that off the table to pad your bet. Maybe you won't have as much leverage, but you'll make money. There's nothing worse than having unbelievable leverage and losing everything. There's nothing worse than that. And a week later, you see the stock do what you thought it would do. And you're sitting there going, you know what? If I'd have had a contract that would still be alive today, I'd have made $50,000. How many times do we hear that? I've heard that in my career too many times. GameStop, 176.50, up 601. Social Capital, IPOE, 1868, up 28.29 cents. We're going higher on all of it. Let's go. We need to move this market. We want money. We're running, and we deserve it. I like the stock. That's right. What can I see, folks? What can I say? Let's make money. Let's see what's happening. 176.26, 1866 on IPOE. GameStop up 5.77. AMC up 16 cents. Gores up 35 cents to 13.46. VGAC up a penny at 9.98. Fifth Wall up unchanged at 10.64. Vector up 3 cents to 9.99. Navsite up 3 cents to 9.93. Starboard up a penny to 9.91. FAII 9.98 down a penny. This is your chance on these 9.90 contract, these 9.90 stocks. Vector, Navsite, Starboard, Fortress, VGAC. These are open invitations. Come on in and take advantage of us. You can grab contracts right now for super cheap. No one knows about these stocks. No one is aware of it. 99% of the market is oblivious to what is about to happen with these stocks. This is your chance to slip in here quietly, pick up contracts on the cheap, and put them away. Pick up your leverage now. Don't chase them once they're running. Get them now before they even start running. But, you got to have the cash. You got to have the tolerance. You got to have the, the chutzpah. You got to be able to step up and go, I'm doing it. I'm doing this. I'm moving in. That's the difference between the winning and the losing. It's just the way it is. Sorry. The FAII 15 November strikes were around 40 just a bit ago. 40 cents. Cheap. Cheap. Thank you, Bruce. I don't care what people say about Uncle Bruce. I like the stock. Hey, Bruce, I bought one VGAC on a new account, and it's showing me the price per share is 10.48. Bash, it's obviously a computer glitch. What can I tell you? Ryan, I think CCIV Lucid is a screaming buy right now. Good luck, Ryan. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot cattle prod. Way too much uncertainty there. Yeah, careful with anything that far out of the money. You don't want to be too far out of the money if you don't have to be. If you can get a contract for less than $1 a share premium and you're right at the money, it's a screaming buy. Just a screaming buy. A $5 move means a $4 payoff to you for a $5 move. $10 move, it's $9 to you. Pretty darn nice stuff. I've been noticing more and more SoFi commercials on sport channels. Yep, this thing is going to be heavily promoted, heavily talked about. SoFi is a promotion machine. Your stock is going to be called SoFi. Right now it's called IPOE. That's why nobody knows about it. It's a secret. But as soon as they change their symbol to SOFI, everyone's going to want to buy it. I'm telling you guys. Oh, my gosh. If you have sold some calls on your GameStop for this week, next week it might be wise to just buy them back at this point. Well, every day brings more fun. You have to decide for yourself where you want to be on everything. 176.94 on GameStop, up 638 now. The high of the day, 177.94. Volume 688,000. So it's looking very good on light volume. Looks like it wants to take another run at 177. Gotta love that. Thank you all for being here. I'm down 10 grand on CCIV. Well, yeah. How many others are there that are down that kind of money on that thing? Gazillions. I've never recommended it. I've told people stay the hell away from it. But, you know, what can I say? Robert Thomas, I'm buying 10s, but wanted to mention some cheap ones too. David, it's adding to your commission fees to adjust your cost basis. AB, it's pretty easy to pick SPACs that A, have a real product for sale, B, have a confirmed deal, C, as close to $10 as possible. Yeah, those are definitely. I'm still one of that. I still want that money in Intel. I like to sleep while it's moving. CCIV ain't that. Right on. Saw you said yours were $10 strike. Next, make money. Prepare for a cruise. There you go. Yikes. DE liquidated my AMC shares except for 100 that I don't intend to sell. What option strategy is best to make money off the AMC I'm keeping? Covered calls. What numbers? Thanks, Bruce. I'm learning. Well, you can write maybe 14s. You could write AMC $14 calls, maybe for a month out. Maybe you can get $1.25 for it. That'll bring you some cash at least. And if you get taken out, you're taken out at 14 plus $1.25, 15.25. Should be a good trade. Robert Fleet became a new member of this channel. Robert, thank you for popping in here and joining this crazy gang of ours. Love to have you. And I'm glad you're here. That's beautiful. You're going to be welcomed here as usual. The gang says hello to new members. We love new members. By the way, Robert, Fridays are kind of notorious around here in the afternoon shows. We start at 3 o'clock Eastern for the last hour of the day. And then the first hour of the aftermarket. That first hour of the aftermarket, things sometimes get a little crazy around here. You might notice certain behaviors by certain viewers that you might find rather interesting. I'll leave it at that. I'm watching these cheap SPACs right now and just wishing I had more dry powder. Hiya, Robert. Laugh out loud. Robin is going to allow IPO purchases soon. How convenient. I believe Robin is coming out with an IPOE. Oh, no kidding. Hello. Bloomberg had a good segment on SPACs yesterday. Is there a record of them this year? I don't know. Good luck, Charm. My brother is watching with me. He asked me it is exactly what IPO does. Can you explain to him? An IPOE is an initial public offering. That's what that is, an initial public offering. It's when the company goes public for the first time. And the shares that are being offered to the public to be purchased are coming from the treasury of the company most of the time. Like 90% of the time, the stock you can buy in an IPOE, if you're ever allowed to buy any, which is rare, usually it's reserved. IPOE shares are reserved for the best customers stock brokerage firms have that are sponsoring the IPOE with the private company. Anyway, when they sell stock from the treasury to the public, 96% of the money, 97% of the money that is raised goes to the company's treasury so that the company goes public by maybe they'll sell 10% of all the shares that exist. There's like, say, for example, there's 90 million shares out there right now held by the owners of the private company. They own 90 million shares between the founding family and the senior executives and all the employees. They own 90 million shares. And the company has issued let's say it's 80 million. And then 10 million shares have been issued already by the private company through private placements in the last year or so, getting ready for the public offering. And they've raised a bunch of money with 10 million shares. They've maybe sold stock at $10 a share. And they've raised $100 million. And that's paid all their costs to prep the company for going public, gave them some seed money to make some organizational things. Auditing fees, legal fees, IR department, everything else. And now they're going public with a 10 million share offering at $25 a share. And they're going to raise $250 million or whatever the number is. So 10 million shares at $25, 250 million. But the IPOE market is so hot, and there's so many people who want to get in on the IPOE, they raise the price of the IPOE to $33 a share. And they issue another 10 million shares. Instead of 10 million shares, they're going to issue 20 million shares. The demand is unbelievable. Well, the company raises $660 million. Less commissions and legal fees, they net out $600 million into the treasury of their company. That's a whole bunch of new money to work with. and the brokerage firms get their commissions and everyone else, and all these people buy stock at $33 a share. You still can't have it because you're not on the favored list of the stock brokerage firm because they don't know who the hell you are. And you don't have a $10 million account with these guys. You're not getting a phone call. But a lot of people are buying stock at $33 a share all over the world, the brokerage firm, maybe over the US. And now the shares get called for trading. Well, the shares they just sold at $33 can now start trading on the open market between whoever wants to get in. And this is where you get these initial days, the first day trading from an IPOE. And you'll notice that, oh, the first trade is $68 a share. Yeah, that's because people like you now have a shot at buying this stuff. But you can't get it at 33. You weren't called at $10 a year ago. You can buy it on the open market. And who are you buying it from? The people who just paid $33. They're offering you their stock at 64, 68, 73. Whatever you're prepared to pay them, they're going to take the money off you. And some of these folks are doubling their money right now. And they're getting richer, and they love their broker, but they've got the inside track that you don't have. That's what an IPO is. Now the company's publicly traded. The stock's trading at $70 a share. The company's value is like billions of dollars. $7 billion. There's 110 million shares out there at $70 a share. They're valued at $7.7 billion on market cap. But they only raised $660 million on the public offering, of which $60 million went to fees, and they raised $100 million a year ago. They've only raised $700 million in actual cash. Their company is not worth any more money than it was yesterday. It's just now technically worth $7.7 billion because that's the value of all the stock multiplied by the stock price, and the market has put a $7.7 billion market cap value on it. And now the stock trades. And it might go to 100, it might go to 40. We don't know now. It's now an open trade, and it can do whatever it does. That's the issue, and that's the reality of an IPOE. What we're talking about here with these stocks, or when I'm talking about IPOE, the symbol, which is this social capital company, that's going to become SoFi. I'm talking about GHVI, that's Gore's Holdings. I'm talking about VGAC, which is Virgin Group Acquisition Corp. These are SPACs. These are public companies that have no business. They just have cash in their bank account. And they are acquiring a private company is now going to merge themselves into these SPACs and take them over. The private companies are worth more money than the SPACs are worth. They're bigger, and they're worth billions of dollars now as private companies. They're going to merge into these SPACs, take over 80 to 90% of all the stock. 10% of all the stock is you and us out here in the open world. I don't own any stock, but all of you out there who are watching me, you own this free trading stock of these SPACs. And what's happening is the private company comes in to take over the public company, and then Wall Street comes in and says, hey, you two, you private company, you SPAC, you kids, you crazy kids. We noticed that the SPAC has $400 million cash in the bank in trust that's going to go to the private company. How would you like another $600 million from us here on Wall Street? Us meaning hedge funds, pension funds, mutual funds, ETFs, index funds, all these senior investors that are out there that Wall Street has. They want more stock at $10 a share. They want tens of millions of shares at $10. They love what this private company is doing, and they love the fact that by adding another $500 million on top of the $400 million that's already in the bank, that's $900 million going to this private company to transform this private company into a whole different company. They've never had $900 million in their hands before at one time. Yeah, they're going to be on a buying spree. They might buy competitors. They might set up new divisions. They might set up new distribution networks. They're going to expand their companies. That's what Wall Street wants to buy into. They want to buy into growth stocks. And if they can get in at $10, ground floor $10, like the insiders just got in at $10, everyone is happy. That's why I'm begging you, pick up this stuff while you can, because they're announcing their deals. And it takes 90 days for a merger to take place on a SPAC. And we're quickly approaching that mark on a bunch of these. That's why IPOE is up to 1861 already from $10. Gore's is up to 1361 from the $10 level. VGAC, though, is only $997. Fifth Wheel, 1067. Vector, $10. Navsite, $993. Starboard, $991. Fortress, $998. Get them now before the street gets them. And hang on to your hats. Could be fun. I already had a beer, says SVT. What's happening? SVT is already having a beer. What does that mean? Why would SVT be having a beer this early in the morning?
Because they're in Europe.
Are they in Europe? Jen is asking. Jen is here. Welcome, Jennifer. That's right. Maybe, Dave is saying maybe because it's a Friday drinking game that we have around here every afternoon on Friday. First rule of Friday, don't talk about Friday. That's what's being said here. Robert Bagel is green. Robert, we're all going to get laid. I'm pretty sure he called us and me crazy again. We're all crazy. Buy and sell Fridays. Hello, Robert. Welcome. Uncle Bruce, how long are the SEC insider restrictions in place post-merger for the SPACs? I think anywhere from 3 months to a year, depending on the number of shares they own, who it is, all of that kind of stuff. So the first 90 days of post-trading, you're on your own. It's wild and wacky. Going to be a lot of fun. That's what I'm thinking. Don't listen to that, Robert, says Kayla. Kayla, don't listen to that. Robinhood got denied the IPO. Interesting. I took the day off to participate in the libations, says Javier. I took my day. Javier, what can I say? I just bought my first 2 call contracts on IPOE ever. Right on. How you doing, Jen? What's going on? You having a good day?
Yeah.
You doing all right? Welcome.
Things seem to be green.
Yeah, they are green today.
Tim Cook is talking, defending the antitrust charges.
I hear that trial, observers are saying that Apple
like
is
watching paint dry.
But observers are saying that Apple has nothing to worry about. They're gonna win that case.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of info being discussed is eagerly being listened to by everybody because they're quite curious about the inner workings of what happens with Apple and its vendors and stuff.
How you make the sausage.
How do you make the sausage? They love to hear about the ingredients and how it's done. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
So what are you going to close the week out on?
Well,
what's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Went to the grocery store the other day and bought some cold cuts.
Yes,
and I noticed that you bought a jar of the
original mayo.
The original mayo. And I'm kind of thinking, we go with a variety meat bagel with that mayo. We might be in the zone here.
None of the honey mustard that you want, the honey mustard mayo.
Well, I'm kind of thinking that way. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going on that. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking that way. And it might be delicious. It could be like
be delicious.
Has been delicious in the past. Could be delicious in the future. The future being imminent. And I hear your water is just about boiling, so I should let you run for that. But yes, I'm excited. It could be,
We'll go down.
Woohoo! Thank you. Oh, Jen, I love this. Is the word of the day. Adult beverages. Bring adult beverages at 3 p.m. says Max. Glad to be back, Robert says. Haven't gone anywhere. Been watching, listening in. Just wanted to do my part to support Uncle Bruce. Money well spent. Robert, thank you so much. Appreciate all of you becoming members of this channel. You're supporting Jennifer and I, keeping us going. It's just nice to know that when we get up every day, we have a group of members that have already subscribed, keep subscribing, resubscribing, and are here to support this channel. Just let me do what I need to do. I appreciate that. I can just concentrate on these stocks and get on the story here and see what's going on. I think you're confused, Bruce. She asked about IPOE, not IPO. Maybe she did, but maybe he needed to know that too. Should I sell my CCIB and take the loss and buy the SPACs? Christina, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to make your own decisions. I'm not your financial advisor. I can only tell you what I'm watching and what I like and why I like what I like, and you got to make up your own. You got to do your own thing. Should you write call contracts on what you have to try to recoup some of your cash? Is that your strategy? Maybe. Just sell what you have, take the hit, go somewhere else. I can't, I'm not an advisor. I'm here for entertainment purposes, so they say. But anyway, I'll work on some Friday rule updates on the Discord with everyone, and I'll post to Reddit, says Rabbit, for today's fun. All the GameStop candles are green. Skylar, IPOE, initial public offering. IPOE equals a SPAC. Larry, Power Hour today is where I'm officially starting my vacation. I'm going to enjoy adult libations for a week nonstop. Oh my gosh, Larry. Look out. Thomas, good luck, charm. IPOE is getting purchased by SoFi. SoFi is a private company. IPOE is public. When the purchase happens, all stock and IPOE will become stock in SoFi. SoFi is finance and banking, online finance and banking. Call on dangerously crazy. Hey, I resemble that remark. Good luck, charm. It's a long weekend up here in Canada. Can't wait for Power Hour. That's true. This Monday, Canada's closed. but I'll be on the air because the markets are open in the U.S. Bruce needs a bagel. Good luck, Charm. Uncle Bruce got caught up in the IPO excitement. He's not had his bagel yet. I admit to being crazy, but I feel like a good kind of crazy. I believe that too. I think we're all kind of a good kind of crazy. Jen, get this man a bagel. Cheers, Larry. Might run soon for NIO. IPOE equals SoFi SPAC. NIO is a long bought it for. I hear Jen. Jen, what's the bagel menu today, Jen? Robert, Bruce, I'll be reaching out for a private session over the coming weeks, selling a few properties. We'll want some options trading advice here. We'll try to keep it professional. We'll try not to be a fanboy. It's always so much fun to meet you guys in person. It's great. Bruce means IPO, not IPOE right now. Many of you know that, but just helping those who may not be confused. Larry, Uncle Bruce, did you see Robinhood is allowing retail investors access to IPOs at institution prices? Yeah, I'm not too excited. I'm not crazy. Plenty of crazy ideas lead to innovation. They're driving GameStop down 173.50. Christina, Uncle Bruce is hungry. He's talking about an IPOE when the guy asked about IPOE. Bruce is hungry. Anyone download the SoFi app and give it a spin? Just do it. Yes, I am long. Uncle Bruce, eat something. Your sugar is off. Having a nice little run. Thank you, everybody, for looking out for me. Every time Bruce it takes longer, talks longer about IPO, my 11.5 units go up $2 with profits. Way to go. Where are we at on IPOE? 18.44, up 3 cents. GameStop, 173.62, up 3.13. AMC, 12.65, up a dime. Gores Holdings, 13.54, up 43 cents. VGAC, unchanged, 9.97. Fifth Wall, unchanged at 10.65, up a penny. All right. Vector Acquisition, up 2 pennies at 9.98. NavSite, up 3 cents to 9.93. Starboard Value, 9.92, up 2 cents. Volume, 1.233 million. There's nothing happening. This stock's being locked in here. It's just being held here until it's released. Fortress, 9.98, down a penny. The Dow up 241 points. S&P up 1750. NASDAQ up 1278. Oil up $1.65. That's what's going on. Congress clears the seas for sailing. Carnival plans Alaska cruises. So it sounds like Congress is allowing cruise ships to go from Seattle to Alaska without stopping in Canada on the way up or on the way down. That's for, I think, this year only. I think. I don't know the details. I don't know if the president's going to sign it. I'm not sure if this is going to pass through completely unscathed, but apparently the Senate cleared some kind of a bill. Now Congress is clearing some kind of a bill. Don't know if the two have to be worked out. Can they be worked out? Will it happen? There's still a lot of questions. So we'll keep you posted. The cruise shares have been reacting positively to this news. Royal was up, but it's now down 61 cents. Norwegian was higher. It's now only up 8 cents. Carnival was up, but it's now down a penny. So we'll watch for that. We don't know about the CDC rulings on even if you can sail, how you can sail. This is, do you have to be double vaccinated with 2 shots and you can prove it? How soon before you have to have that done before you can go? Will you need to be tested within 72 hours of getting on the ship on top of that? The restrictions on board the ship, restrictions at the port of calls, all this stuff. I mean, there's just so much to figure out yet. And what can I say? I already trade on the SoFi platform, says Adventures with Duncan. Thumbs ups. Jen, good morning. Good luck charm might be asking what a blank check company is. Good morning, Jen, our bagel queen. Google Robinhood IPO. Averaged up with IPOE, couldn't resist. Larry looking into, what does that say? Here we go. Larry looking into now. Thanks. Robert, 14 days till we hear about the reconstituted Russell indices. I think GameStop is going to hit the index on June 4. That I don't know. Any news on NSH NavSite? No news. Newbie, thank you for this donation. Love you, Uncle Bruce from Sydney, Australia. Thank you, Newbie from Sydney. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. Kala. So in reading up last night, I saw they actually have a space conference each year in New York. Tickets are $1,500 a person. It's live stream or in person. Wow. Laugh out loud. This IPO versus IPOE confusion is classic. SPACs shouldn't be allowed to name themselves IPO something. Actually, ground floor work Vader now loading. I don't know what that means. Andrew, Bruce, do you think there'll be a sell-off on SoFi after the insiders are allowed to trade a month after completion? I don't think there'll be enough stock available. I don't think the insiders are going to sell. I don't think the insiders are going to give up their stock. I think these guys are sitting there going, we're going to be going to 400 a share in the next 2 years. We're not coughing up any of our stock. We're going to buy more. I bet you that they're just licking their chops at their stock options that they have, performance stock options. They're not going to sell any stock. They're going to want to pick off the stock you guys have, because if they see you selling at 25 or 35 or 40, they're going to be going, wait, I don't care if it's 35 or 40. I'm here for 10 more years. And I got stock options right up to, the next 5 years from now. And in 2 or 3 years, we could be 400 a share. I'm not coughing up any of this cheap stuff. Guys, think about this. There are folks on the inside who kind of know what's coming up. And I'll tell you, I think they're looking for some good stuff. I thought it was just me, not enough sleep. 1 Australian dollar equals 17,852 Vietnamese dong. That's a lot of dong. Beer, a cornerstone of every single nutritious breakfast. Beer, okay. In Europe, it's 15:14 GMT or 16:14 Continental Time. Drinking time. That's what that means.
Is that what that
I think that's code.
There you go.
But, look at this. Look at that.
Oh, I might have been a little heavy-handed with the.
We're dipping and dripping.
It all went to one side now.
Oh, we'll be dripping. A toasted bagel, sesame seed. Oh yeah, I love it, crispy on the top. This is what heaven on a stick is all about, baby. Heaven on a stick.
Heaven on a stick.
Oh, I'm excited now. We're so jacked. Oh, it's so good. Thank you, everybody, for coming around here, hanging out with Uncle Bruce and Jennifer as we try to stay on top of this crazy market here. My computer's just freaking out on me right now. What are you doing? What are you doing, computer? Stop. Oh, I'm not telling you what it's doing, because the last time I told you what my computer's doing, you guys gave me stuff. You guys gave me advice I couldn't make heads or tails out of. I couldn't make any sense out of it. So I'm just gonna try to read what I can. Anyway, thank you all of you for being here and hanging out. Yeah, I appreciate it. Lots of crazy comments and wonderful comments and questions, and I thank you. November FAI $10 strike at 120. Right on. That's a good deal. November, yeah, okay. I'm going to open up a German bottle of wine in the hour. Thank you. 89,000 plus dong for that $5 Australian donation. Thank you. Can you give us a website on Robinhood not getting an IPO? I don't know where that is. Is the world round then? Oh, I thought so. 172.90 on GameStop, 18.33 on IPOE, 12.53 on AMC, down 2 cents. Gores Holdings 13.57 up 46 cents. Dow up 234. S&P up 16. Nasdaq up 14 points. Welcome everybody. Did you steal some original mail from GKG? Jen, Bill Nye says watching paint dry can be fun due to the nature of heat rising. How about that? How about that? Okay, Monster, same. So I'm just there for the food. Bought my first 2 contracts for IPOE June 18th at 22.50 call times 2, and VGAC 716 $10 call times 2. Am I doing it right? You're buying calls too soon. They're expiring way too soon. I don't like that. But, you're a gambler. Not that I'm complaining, but why aren't people more aware of SPACs? Who's hiding them and why? There's so many outfits out there who've just slammed the SPAC game as a speculator's dream and are basically saying to the market, if you're playing SPACs, you're an idiot. That's what they're doing. And I can tell you that why would any broker, any investment advisor want to talk to you about SPACs? I mean, let's get with reality here. You have less than $100,000. You're not going to get a stockbroker who wants to spend a minute with you at all. You're not worth it to them. If you've got 100,000 or more, they're going to only want to talk to you about their in-house funds that are managed by their money managers, and these guys are getting a 3% commission under the table for your 100 grand. They're going to say to you, if you buy 100 grand of our stock growth option, blah, 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 units. There's no commission as long as you hold it for 2 years. After 2 years, you can trade it all you want. Well, the reality is there is a 3% finder fee being paid to the broker by the managers of these funds because their thinking is that you are being charged a 2% fee as part of their fee to you, which is charged to you 1/12 of the amount per month. So at the end of the year, over the year, you're being charged 2% of the value of your money. And that's 2% this year, 2% next year. That's $4,000. And the manager of the deal is paying a $3,000 commission to the broker who brought the 100 grand in up front. So they're giving them 3,000 up front, but they're going to get 4 grand out of you because if you don't sell in the first 2 years, that's what they get from you. And you're being told this is a long-term investment for the next 5 and 10 years, nothing to worry about here. So all these hidden fees are being made and paid out. And this person you're asking, hey, what do you think about the IPOE SPAC? And they're going to go, oh, that's highly speculative. And for your situation, that's not the kind of investment you should be getting involved with. You should be getting into high growth stock units or in dividend group or growth and dividend or international group or we have investment units in high tech, software, retail, index funds. We have all kinds of funds that we can get you into. It's all in-house stuff. If they split you into 10 of them, $10,000 each one, they give you this wide portfolio and they sell you with all this great coverage you have. And then they want you to go away because they just want that money to sit there and compound. And you're paying a 2% management fee and they make you 6%, 2% comes off the top to them, you get 4. At the end of the year, they say, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Glotz, you just made 4% on your money. And you're growing, you're getting richer, it's great. Yeah, well, 2% of that 6 went to them. They just took a third of your profits. And they've already prepaid off the guy who brought you in the first place. And the guy who brought you in is supposed to bring in $1 million a week, $2 million a week, $5 million a month, whatever the quota is for that individual. They don't want to talk to you about these stocks. They don't want to talk to you about any stock. They only want to talk to you about these units that they're flogging because they're under unbearable pressure by their managers to raise cash and put it into these house accounts that we're managing because that's how we live as a firm. Now, the 3% that comes to the broker, he doesn't get the 3%. He gets about 40% of that, maybe 50% of that. The other half goes to the house he's working for, the branch that he's working at, for their overheads to be there. And this individual is making maybe on your $100,000, getting $1,200 in his pocket before tax. He hasn't got any time to talk to you. After tax, he's only got $700. How much time has he got to talk to you? You're only giving him $700 for like the next couple of years to lock this money in. So $350 a year net, $7 a week. How much time does this person have to talk to you? No time. You're too tiny. This is the reality of the situation. So you're listening to me and you're hearing these stories about these stocks and you're saying to yourself, I can do more money. I can make more money for myself just doing this stuff than doing that. I'm getting 4% from those guys. Bruce can make me 10% a year. I'm making more money and I'm self-managing my wealth. If he can help me write contracts on stocks I'm sitting on, that they're just sitting here, and he can help me make 3% a month on premiums on my contracts, I'm making $3,000 a month with this guy. Why don't I pay him $400 for an hour of his time and talk to him about this? Because my broker is useless. I have no competition. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. I have no competition for your time. But I don't own an investment house. I'm not here to sell you this product. I'm just here to tell you what's going on in plain English and help guide you down the road how you can perhaps self-manage your own wealth. And how many of you am I talking to that have $30,000, $70,000, $100,000, $400,000, $2 million, and you're not getting serviced? You're just not getting. No one wants to talk to you. It's incredible. The SEC has allowed all of this to go on, and here we are, down the road. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming through here. Appreciate it. And I'm happy that you're here today. Thank you. This weekend, Canada's closed. Yeah, but I'm open. I'm here Monday. I'll be here. Now, next week, Monday, not this Monday, but the next one, Memorial Day, I won't be on the air live. I will be doing one-on-one consultations. If you'd like to hang out with me next week, Monday, Memorial Day, let me know. Send me an email, and we'll set you up. I have 4 times available: 10 o'clock Eastern, noon Eastern, 2 in the afternoon Eastern, and 4 in the afternoon Eastern. So pick your time. Let me know. See if I can squeeze you in. Alrighty. Thank you, everybody, for popping through here. Appreciate you popping in to see me. Hope I'm not boring you with the details. The Senate and the House bills are the same and passed with a veto-proof margin. Okay, maybe it's going to happen. Even though, keep in mind though, if the sailings are allowed through Alaska, the CDC decides how they're allowed through Alaska, and that could be the screw up. Don't yet give it, don't be too sure about that. We'll see what happens. All right. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Bruce, if you buy SPAC options, do you still get the $10 a share back? No. You risk it all, you lose it all. But then again, if the stock is sitting at $10, the contract is, you bought the contract when the stock was sitting at 10 and the deal doesn't go through, you're going to sell your contract for what you bought it for. So it's still got that value to it. So, oh yeah. We're talking heavenly. Boy, that's good. Question. Bruce, say after a squeeze and a great return on stocks, would it be crazy to have $3 million and have that money make $8,000 to $10,000 a month and basically live off of that? Look, if you've got $3 million, just buy IBM, bring in 4.5% yield. You're bringing in $12 million a year. Bringing in $120,000 a year, $10,000 a month off dividends on average. Enjoy. Low tax rate because it's dividend income. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Now, if you're going to write some contracts against IBM, call contracts on top of the dividend, maybe you can pull in another 10% a year on contract premiums. That would be $300,000 a year plus your $120,000 dividends. You're now bringing in $420,000 a year. Can you get by on that? Can you income split that between you and your wife? Perhaps you and your wife and your children? Can you put that into an LLC and then write off legitimate expenses off the top and pay tax, corporate tax on the net, and then pay yourself a base salary at the lowest possible tax rate, and then perhaps the occasional dividend bonus? Is that the way to go? Possibilities are endless, folks. What can I see? Anyway, read yesterday they adopted. VGAC is opting to get $1.5 billion through SEC after merger. Will that take the stock price? I'm not sure what that is, Bill. I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm not aware, so I can't comment on it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm going to need to find that out myself. And if you have an article, you can email me the article. Let me know. All right. Anyway, there you go. He's back. Was I frozen or something? I don't know. I have no idea. You're on. You're unfrozen. Better now. Bagel power. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. He's thawed out. Okay. I'm all plugged in, so I don't know what to do. Anyway, he was frozen so he could eat. But we're back. Thank you, everybody. Hanging around. Gregory, Bruce is helping with my FOMO by helping me make emotional mistakes on the ground floor. It depends on what Biden's going to charge for corporate tax, right? Again, remember the tax talk from the Biden administration is if you make more than $400,000 a year, you're going to have a tax increase. I think up to the first $400,000, it doesn't even change. It only changes beyond $400,000. So, I mean, the money you're talking about is nickels and dimes. Don't even worry about it. Corporately wise, corporate taxes are charged. In some cases, states don't even have a corporate tax. or they don't have a corporate tax up to a certain amount of money generated. It might be the first million or two. Do your homework. Talk to your tax advisor. All corporations are allowed write-offs. You really want to double check which corporation, where do you want to incorporate it, how you want to incorporate it, and then what advantages you can do with respect to corporate write-offs first. This is where your tax advisor comes in, not me. But I think doing it through a corporation can be a lot more advantageous for you on a net tax basis. All right. What can I say? 171.17 on GameStop, up 68 cents, unfortunately. Let's see. Just watch for the dividend date when you're writing contracts. Let's see. Are they planning on lowering the capital gains tax for people who don't net $400,000 a year? I don't think the tax will be lower under $400,000. It just won't be going higher. Again, you won't pay more in tax unless you generate over $400,000 a year in earnings. Now, between you and your wife and your children, can you income split $1 million into enough slices that no one has over $400,000? You might be able to do that. Check with your tax advisor. Did any news come out? Markets are pointing downwards in the last few minutes. I don't know. We're up 230 on the Dow. We're up 14 on S&P. We're only up 0.64 on NASDAQ. That's what we got right now. Let's see. Don't be fooled. Under 400, we'll get an increase. Well, again, talk to your tax advisor. Don't talk to me and don't talk to each other. Talk to your tax advisor. Man, I wish I had to worry about rich people's taxes. Capital gains tax is separate at 15. Thumbs up for Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Jack. So good. Man, these bagels are great. Fantastic. I look forward to complaining about my taxes when I make over $400,000 a year. I can't wait to start complaining. Man. Whew. Bitcoin just went down 11%. Let's take a look here. Crypto. Yep. Bitcoin at 37,500. It just dropped. Yep. They're talking about that on CNBC right now. Talking about it because China is talking about a crackdown on crypto. And that's why I don't like crypto. I avoid crypto as an entire segment because I don't trust any one government with it, and I don't trust the U.S. taxman with it. I don't trust the fact that it's so easily trackable between people. I just don't want to go there. This kind of volatility is so scary. It is wild. I don't know. The other thing I don't trust, you watch me for a while, you know this. If you haven't watched me for a while, you never watched me before, let me tell you. The thing I don't trust is I don't trust investing in stocks that have anything to do with a company based in China. Absolutely have no faith in there whatsoever, because the problem with the Chinese stocks are that the executives of the Chinese companies are not free to speak their minds with respect to anything. Look at Jack Ma for Alibaba, under house arrest. I don't care what they officially say about it. He's under house arrest. He can't leave the country. He can't go anywhere. You don't hear a peep out of this guy anymore. The officials have shut him down. Alibaba is not run by Jack Ma anymore. It's run by the Communist Party of Beijing. They have designated people who are going to handle it now. And every other publicly traded company that's out there, if they're trading on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ and they have anything to do with China, avoid like the plague. You can't trust the banking. You can't trust the bookkeeping. You can't trust the management. You can't trust the communists for kicking management out or taking it over in any one point in time. Take a look at crypto right now. Who knows what's going to happen with Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin going to drop 40% because a whole bunch of the mining and the aftermarket has been eliminated because the Chinese government has just changed the rules overnight? There's no discussion about rule changes. There's no hearings about rule change. They're just changed, and it's game over. And I just do not trust a single entity out of China listed on a public exchange. You are at the mercy of the Communist government party, of the party of the Communist Party, for a new rule tonight. Arbitrary, and you have no rights. And they don't care. I don't know why you'd want to be into Alibaba or any of these Chinese-based companies. I don't know why you'd want to do it. I've already seen in the last 5 years where accounting scandals have erupted, where the SEC has said, we don't trust these books. We want a new accounting. We want a new audit. And the Chinese officials will not allow it because it's state secrets. Like it's a bunch of crap. These guys are mixing politics and communist dominance over their people inside a publicly traded company. You just don't want to be there, guys. You just do not want to be there. Bitcoin, 37,992, down 2,100, up 5.2%. Ethereum down 10.2%, down 282 to 2480. Wow. Ripple is down 11.9%. Bitcoin Cash is down 10.8%. Litecoin, Lite coin, down 11.2%. Monero down about a percentage point at the moment. I don't know what Dogecoin is. Again, I couldn't care less about these markets. I don't follow them and I don't recommend them at all. But that's just me because I just don't get it. I don't trust it. And I worry about those of you who are into it, that you're going to have a reporting problem. The SEC or the Federal Reserve is now saying any transaction of 10,000 or more is subject to all kinds of documentation. It's like you're a money launderer. They're basically out and out saying it without saying it, I tell you. Scary stuff. Thank you, guys. GameStop, 171.19. GameStop has gone from 178 to 171.10 now. And the volume is light. 1.2 million shares, just nothing. This could be a dip. Could well be. Dow is up 222, S&P up 12, NASDAQ down 19 points. That's what we have right now. Man, oh man, oh man. IPOE 1842 up 2 cents on the day. Let me take a look here on some other stocks that we're following. Here we go. AMC down 24 cents to 12.31. Gores 13.62 up 51 cents. Doing very well yet again today. Let's see. SVAC is up a penny. NavSite up a penny. Nothing going on in these SPACs. Very quiet here today. Apple is down 92 cents right now, so a little lower on that one. Barron's is reporting that a $750 million UBS team quits to join JP Morgan. That is not uncommon to see these things happen from time to time. Groups of bankers will move to another house to get a better deal. 171.71 on GameStop, popping up a little bit here from the low. The low of the day, 170.33. I'm not sure if that just happened, but that was either right on the opening or just now. But 171.71 up $1.22 right now. 171.65. 1.2 million shares traded on GameStop. Very quiet volume day, but is definitely popping up in the right direction at this moment in time. All right. Getting ready for the second half of my bagel. Can we move the market anywhere with the second half of the bagel? I don't know. We're watching everything here. Thank you, everybody, for being with me. Appreciate you all being here today. It's great to see you. Barry, hey, buddy. New member, welcome to the gang. I'm glad you could make it and join in the fun with us. 171.90 on GameStop, getting ready to break the 172 barrier. Woohoo! Let's hope for that and go above and beyond. 172.15 right now on GameStop. We just went through 172 like a hot knife through soft butter. Doge is down by 13% apparently. Right on, guys. Thanks for the visual, guys. Welcome all. Welcome, Barry. You're welcome to the gang here. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. All right. Let's go. Cryptos, man. Avoid like the plague, man. Avoid. Welcome, Barry, to the group. So good. Feds, we'll get together anytime you want. You let me know. 172.43 on GameStop. 172.12. All right. Go on, Bruce. Eat that thing. See y'all later. Have a good one. Observe thyself. 172.12. Go, GameStop. Let's go. So good. No idea, Rucker. There we go. Bitcoin down $1,765. Yeah. 38,343 right now. That is where it's at. 172.74 on GameStop. Looks like it's getting ready for another run at 173. Yeah, I'm hungry again. Oh my. Rough day on the crypto. Bagel's fabulous today. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Oh, man. I will say I had my girlfriend buy bagels for this weekend. I'm about to start summer vacation, so I'll be able to catch more shows. Oh, man. I'm reading that Bitcoin's being shorted to 25,000, going down. Amazon will accept gold for payments. I don't know about that. Oh, fantastic. That bagel is great. Oh, thank you, Seth. Pretty good, man. Cheers, all of you around the world who are here watching me today, hanging out with us, trying to cover the markets in plain English. Thank you very much. See what is happening here in this marketplace. Always something going on, isn't there? This whole crypto. There's so many people out there who are just blind to the fact that a crypto transaction is not anonymous. Everything is tracked. It's trackable, I guess is what I'm going to say. It is trackable. And I worry about people out there who've been buying and selling crypto like crazy the last couple of years, who don't realize it, but they're being tracked by the IRS. They're going to be tracked by the Federal Reserve. They're going to be tracked by their local governments, and they're going to run into a nasty tax bill. They're going to be assessed. They're going to be checked out. They're going to be audited. And electronic banking records are not anonymous. They're an absolute open book situation. Anyone can check out not anyone, but I mean, authorities can check out transactions, electronic currency transactions for years. It's attainable, and I'm worried that there's a lot of folks out there who are exposed to tax bills they had no idea that they were exposed to, no idea, and I tell you, it's going to be unbelievable. You're killing me, and Brie. I got to put some sesame bagels on my grocery list. Oh, you do, because once you toast them up just right, oh, they come out so nice. Anyway, what can I say? It's one of these. I mean, the Chinese government loves crypto in a way. They love it because they can track their citizens in any way they want. They already have secret police everywhere. I would bet you that 1 in 5 people in China are engaged to spy on relatives and friends. Remember East Germany and West Germany? Those of you who don't know, East Germany and West Germany, they unified in 1990 approximately, 1991 roughly. After the war, the Germany was in two halves, roughly 40% East Germany, 60% West Germany. And the East German government people, who were dominated by the Russians, had free reign to do what they wanted. And one of the first things they established was a secret police, the Stasi. And right up until 1989, right up until the fall of the Berlin Wall, 1 in every 7 East Germans were reporting activities of friends and relatives to the secret police, the Stasi. And of those 1 in 7, I would bet you 60% of them, their family didn't know. Their family did not know they were secretly reporting and snitching on their families and relatives and co-workers. They had no idea. And the reason they were doing it is because they had already been brought in for questioning by the Stasi for questionable activities that they may have ever done, thoughts they may have had. They may have been caught with a Beatle record, or their hair was too long. They were suspected of leaning to the West, and the Stasi would have a chat with them and say, "We can make your life a bloody hell. We can get you fired from your job. We can get you kicked out of school. We can guarantee you that you'll have the worst job of all time, unless you cooperate with us. And we want to know about so-and-so or such and such or this person or that person. And when you're going to a birthday party next Saturday, because we know you're going to your nephew's birthday party, well, we want you to tell us what so-and-so is saying to such and such, because we're watching them too." And the next thing you know, there are 25 people at a party, and 4 of them are Stasi reporters, and they have to report the next week what was said at the party last week. And you've got people who are spying on fellow coworkers. Tell me what they talk about during the coffee break. I want to know what they're thinking. What do any of them have plans for the next couple of weeks and months? Who's going on holiday and where are they going? I mean, they want to know everything. And this is 89. This is right up to 89, when there were no cell phones. There was no email. There was none of that. This is all just human-to-human tracking. And the files that were uncovered by the West German government and by Freedom Acquisition, people trying to get Freedom of Information Act people, they were stunned at the files that were at the Stasi headquarters. Billions of files on 17 million people or 14 million people. It's scary. Every aspect of everyone's life was tracked from the moment they were born. In China right now, it's taken to the nth degree. The Chinese Communist Party is the most advanced communist party ever created, known to mankind. And it's all digital now. And so every movement of anyone in China for any reason is tracked. And there is no secrecy, there's no privacy. You are completely tracked. So Jack Ma right now is under house arrest, and he cannot freely speak to the world. He's the president and chairman or whatever he is of Alibaba. You're hearing nothing from this guy because he is under house arrest. The Chinese government hasn't confirmed it. He hasn't confirmed it. But no reporter can talk to this guy. This guy can't talk to anybody without approval from upstairs. He has been restricted. And I will bet you that the top executives of every company in China know that whatever they do, say, think, or want to do is tracked by someone in the organization that's spying on them on behalf of the secret police in China, or their digital records on their phones are completely monitored. Every email they get and respond to, or any website they visit, all monitored. Absolutely no freedom. And this crypto thing, every single transaction that you have made on crypto, if on the other side is a Chinese national, the government knows about you and they know about them. And it is completely been tracked and will continue to be tracked going forward. And I'm just saying, it's not a free world anymore. It's just not a free world. And the so-called secrecy thing and all that, it's just bunk. There isn't any. The only way to stay secret, and even this is difficult, is if you're playing with cash. I mean, literally dollar bills. If you're buying and selling something with cash and you don't hand out your email address when you buy something, or you don't hand out your Club Point card or whatever, you just do it cash, you are now actually suspecting, people are suspecting you of money laundering. You're actually the enemy. If you adhere to using a credit card or a debit card and using your Costco card or your frequent flyer card or your whatever card and all that, then you're trackable and then you're okay. You're an upstanding citizen, but you're completely tracked in everything you do. Welcome to the modern world. It's what it is. You are hearing all the time about Congress talking about having investigations into Google, into Facebook, into Microsoft, into all these tech companies who track everything we do. That's what they're all about. But the bottom line is that the United States government is one of the greatest trackers of all time of everything that everyone is doing, including telephone conversations, emails, and everything else. But in China, it's taken to the nth degree, right up to the top. So I can tell you that you live in an apartment building in China with 500 apartments, with 2 to 3 people per apartment in there, 1,500 unit building, and I'm just guessing. I can bet you that 500 of those 1,000 people are spying on the others. Everything they do, everything. And then there's the government tracking every single movement. Cameras everywhere outside, of course. System, the subway system, the public transit system, the sidewalks, cameras everywhere. And so if they are targeting you for your activities, every move you make is tracked day and night, 24/7, no matter where you go. And they decide that you're an enemy of the state, you just disappear. You're not at work anymore. And people are going, what happened to Charlie? Where's Charlie? No, I haven't heard from him. And if you ask too many questions about where's Charlie, they're going to start investigating you as to why are you asking about Charlie so much? Why do you care? What is it with you and Charlie anyway? What do you talk about when you hang out together? And you're going, where's Charlie? You don't need to know that, but we need to know. Welcome. So I'm just, I have a bias against Chinese publicly traded companies, and I know 1% of what probably is going on out there. I'm just an old guy, but I tell you, folks, it is scary. It's a scary world in which we live, and I'm just saying, we're tracked all the time, and that's just the way it goes. And I'm just sorry. Anyway, thank you for being here. I'm just glad you're here, and just telling you, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Thank you all. Here, sitting below, I filled out my USA 1040 this year. There was an area that asked if I had done any investing in Bitcoin like stuff. Uncle Bruce, if call options on IPOE end January 2022 for 25 prices at 206, okay, January 24, $25 at 206, break even at 27.13. Do you see IPO hitting that at least 35 by the end of the year, the option? Well, again, you want to play $25 contracts on an $18 stock. You are pushing the envelope around. If this is a $184 stock and you're trying to buy $250 call options, you're out there. I mean, you're gambling. I know you have time. I know you've got time till January, but maybe you should look at 2250s. Maybe you should get 20s and buy fewer contracts. You need instant reward for your contract. You deserve it. But I will say, look, it's a 206 contract, and if the stock does reach $24, not even the $25, the contract is likely be trading at $350. You'll be up money, but will you be up enough to justify the risk? If it goes to 27, will they trade at $354? Have you got a real return yet? You might be seeing a major stock move and not watching much of a move on your options because you paid so much to get them. If, on the other hand, you come in and pick off 20s and pay more for them, but the stock goes to 25, 27, you might be double or triple your money already. That might be the better deal. Even though you have fewer contracts, what do you care? How much money are you putting on the table? You're going to buy a bunch of contracts for 206. You buy one contract for $206. If you can buy one contract at $4, but you get that contract going to 10, you've made $600 in profit. This one here has got to make some serious moves. And remember, every day these contracts shrink. Ever so little, but they are shrinking. The closer into the market, the better. The further out, the more risk you're taking. But you could still make money on this. I agree. You could still make money. Anyway, It says that a REIT company doesn't need to pay tax if they give 90% of earnings to shareholders. Is this true? Barry, you've got to look into tax guidance on this. I can't help you here. This is just not my area of expertise. I don't understand how REITs work on a minute-to-minute minutia basis. It's not my forte. Sorry. Brent, Uncle Bruce is right about volatility. BTC is down 60% in weeks. Support in here. Finally, let's see a rip. Sitting. If they're asking this and you lie, you have just broken the USA tax laws. And if there's any laws that can be enforced, especially for John Doe, it's for tax evasion, right? The Dustin Arms. Free thinker, thank you. That's the best way to put it. Jack, me too. I wonder why I thought it was weird. I wonder if Uncle Bruce knows. Big brother, poor Chinese, aka social scores. The Dustin Arms, no doubt. I don't know what this means. We are tracked in the free countries, but all in all, where would you like to live? I agree with you there. And poor Muslims. The scariest thing is that the Stasi was pre-computer and pre-artificial intelligence that can filter and curate information. Now they can do so much more to zero in on, quote, troublemakers. Exactly. It's so scary, terrifyingly scary. Credit cards track you. Cash is king. So much surveillance. A local politician was accidentally fined when a camera caught her campaign photo on the side of a passing bus and thought she was jaywalking. Oh, my gosh. The Chinese government is obscenely horrific. Uncle Bruce, any idea why they asked me about if I had Bitcoin, etc., for U.S. taxes this year? They're asking everybody. Anyone ever watch that show in England where they show you how they catch crooks, sort of 911, like coordinating camera film, live footage, and live police? Scary stuff. Uncle Bruce, is October 15, 2021 expiry too soon for IPOE call contracts at 2250? You're pushing it. I mean, I'd rather you were in 20s than 2050s. I'd rather you were in 20s, but are you a gambler? Article, tracking in the U.S. and China are equally as bad. China just doesn't care to admit that they control it. U.S. is still penetrating that we have, or pretending that we have, privacy. Free thinker. Scroller lived in an apartment building in Shanghai, lots of expats. Was told each of us had a minder watching our internet. Neighbor was blogging about June the 6th. Our internet was shut off for a week with no explanation. Just shut off. Hello. That's right. Still a big difference in lifestyles. Dipping and dripping. Bitcoin is the internet. Lifestyles, yes, just talking about tracking. Yeah, China is very bad, and we're not too far behind with these days. Where's Charlie? Where's Julian Assange? Tell us what you really don't understand it. U.S. government doesn't need to track us. We sign ourselves up for social media, and the corporations just pass that along to Uncle Sam. Please, it's the CCP that's evil and not the people. John, my name is kind of Chinese. Westworld, anyone? DE, things are going to get better soon. Bruce, I know it looks bleak now, but it's going to get better soon. There's the support. Hope he reads that. I concur. 174.36 on GameStop, getting better. Thomas, not just very bad, Nazi-like bad, genocidal crimes. Free thinker, I agree with you. The people are prisoners to the CCP. So right, says Squirrel. So long as we have all smartphones, we're doing all the work for them. Anti saying Thomas, free Julian. On Fridays, I drink my profit. Thomas, Sitting Bull sounds like a lot of like us in Iraq and Afghanistan. Auntie, we sure are, Erico. Free thinker, Sitting Bull, look into how they harvest human organs. Rich people from around the world go to China for their organ supply, knowing how to get them. GME is moving, says John. Sitting Bull, Thomas, that does take us into a whole other era of moral debate, does it not? 174, 175, well, 173.90 right now. Let's hope it goes. 1852 on IPOE up 12 cents. AMC at 1237 down 18 cents. Gore's Holdings up 57 cents to 1368. Very good. The Dow up 264. S&P up 17. NASDAQ now up 8, has turned around. Funky J Bell, if you are worried about the tax man, pay quarterly taxes even if you overpay. Olivia, and this is why I've cut down all my social media presence. We're already tracked. Well, may as well have some form of privacy. Thomas, Sitting Bull, it does, and this is not the place. Good reminder. Sitting Bull, free thinker. McJones, yes, it's sickening. Anti, right on. Olivia's smiling. Jack, makes sense. Thanks, Uncle B. Sitting Bull, Thomas, amen. Block 9. Anyone else got July 800 calls? Go to the moon. Javier, GameStop on the run. Colin, 1 Bitcoin. 883,920,599 Duong. Chino is Chinese in Spanish. Y'all need to quit drinking, laughing out loud. Erico, let's change the negative topic. Enjoy these gains. We're finally getting Barry, Jeff Bezos, CEO, GameStop, smile, smile, smile. SVT Boxer wrote my first contract on GameStop, 180 for 528. That expires next Friday. Got $6.60. There you go. You get taken out. You're getting taken out 186.60, but right now 660. That's going to be all yours if the stock stays under the 180 mark between now and next Friday. Very good. DE quarterly taxes for the win. 967 thumbs ups. Is that right? 967 thumbs ups. We are 33 thumbs ups away from 1,000 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for helping me out today, getting me to 1,000 thumbs ups. There are 1,238 of you here right now. Hit that thumbs up button right now for me, some of you guys. Give me 33 more. Let's get 1,000 going. Thank you, everybody. 979 now, 21 more to go. Now we're at 994, 6 away, and there it is. 1,000 thumbs ups. You guys rock. Thank you. Keep those thumbs ups coming in. Let's hit 1,100. Thank you so much for helping me out. That is beautiful. Thank you, guys. I took a day off work, so I'm still hearing social matters. Much love for a teacher, Uncle Bruce. Thank you for being here. Thomas, Krista K, your NSA agent is in for a treat. 969. Friday, Yoko, please call in. 1 Bitcoin. I'm not going there. We had 1,000. No Jeff Bezos. He treats his employees really bad. Both my granddaughters work for him in Oklahoma. They never done nothing wrong. Erico, I trust you, but I don't have time to believe you. There you go. John Van, 174.25. There it is, 174.15 right now. Let's go, GameStop. Ona, when they were 3 months, they fired them. Ona, no reason. They just fired them. What are you going to do? It is what it is. Hey, Jen, how you doing? How's it going? What's happening? I'm hanging in. Hope you're hanging in, too. 1853 on IPOE, 174.20 on GameStop.
Excellent.
Yeah, what's happening?
I'm just getting ready for our Friday financial phone call.
Woohoo!
We're talking today. We get to hear from 2 sisters.
Financial feminism,
who for I want to say 4, maybe 5 years, are looking at menstruation problems and fixes and around the world, how to educate girls about what's going on in their bodies.
Good stuff.
And boys. Yes.
Important stuff.
And how to get the feminine products that you need, because they're really hard to get for a lot of people.
Yeah, depending on where you live.
It's a bad statistic. It's something like 1 in 5 women can't get enough product. And so that limits your ability to leave the house and go to work. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So go get them.
Go get them. Go get them, Ray. Is that your whole plan? That was your whole plan. Get her. That was your plan. Get her. What movie is that from? Thank you, everybody. We should have a Drunken Yoko imitation tournament on Discord at the end of all this. Oh, God, I love Jen. Is Financial Feminism a live show? She's out there doing God's work. Well done, Jen. I love Jen. I love to hear Jen's voice. Olivia, sounds like a great topic for the right audience, but I'm going to pass on that, says Colin. Lando Butter, where can we donate for that cause? Jen, you're my hero. A laugh out loud. Look at Bruce's face. GameStop, 1.43 million traded, low volume. Ghostbusters. That's right, Ghostbusters. That was your plan. That was your whole plan. Get her. Get her. That was your whole plan. Get her. I love that movie. More than Jen. Jennifer needs a YouTube channel. Bruce, would you mind a brief reminder what VACQ and SVAC are all about? Would you mind? Would you? Let's take a look here. SVAC is going to become Sykestra, which is a data farm company. They have these huge warehouse buildings, about 61 of them around the world. filled with servers that do all the cloud stuff and track us. Speaking of being tracked, these data farms handle all corporate banking and customer stuff, and handle our banking and stock trading stuff. Sykestra, they are merging into SVAC. They're taking it over. Very profitable area of business. All right. VACQ to become Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab is launching satellites into space, and they have orders up to here. Everybody wants to get their satellites up there, so these guys are just going to be really busy launching satellites into space. NSH is going to become Spire Global. That is the company that manages satellites in space. All the data that the satellites handle, NSH is going to become the company that handles all the data. So you've got the rocket launcher, the satellite launcher, you got the satellite administrator, and then you got the on the ground data handler to handle all this stuff. So we're talking about these companies that are all sort of interconnected in one way or another to handle all this data that goes on out there. It's incredible. These companies are they're all cash cows. They're all going to be just serious cash cows, and they're all going to be expanding. They're all going to expand. That's the thing. All righty. We take that a lot for granted. Jen, start a foundation with Bruce's celebrity status. You'll see donors in no time. Uncle Bruce can use graphics on screen, and she won't have to appear in the vids. Free Thinker is a sound plan at first, but then, of course, you have her. Morning Bagels, 1,000 thumbs ups for Bruce. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, Lance. 1,001. Free Thinker, most men will stop reading at Nympho and ignore the whole maniac part. Oh, my. $18.50 on IPOE, up a dime. GameStop, 174.12, up 363. AMC down 19 cents to 12.36. Gore's Holdings up 46 cents to 13.57. VGAC up a penny to 9.98. Fifth Wall Acquisition up a penny to 10.64. VACQ Vector up 2 pennies to 9.98. Navsite Holdings unchanged at 9.90. Starboard up 2 at 9.92. Fortress down a penny to 9.98. Vanek Vectors, the semiconductor ETF, down 86 cents. We've got Home Depot down 21 cents. IBM up $1.46. The Dow up 272.84. Microsoft up a penny. Apple down 90 cents. Tesla up $1. Bed Bath & Beyond up 32 cents. Royal Caribbean down 52 cents. Norwegian up 8. Carnival up 2 cents. Amazon down $32. Facebook up 58 cents. Google up $5.59. That's what we got going on here right now. We're watching these. The Dow up, like I said, 280. S&P up 19. And NASDAQ up 14 points right now. Everyone, thank you for being here so much. Appreciate that you're here. Love you. Thank you, Connor Payne, becoming a new member. Hey, buddy. Welcome to the group. It's okay to track me if I'm making money too. And I'm back, baby. Yeah, Connor, I'm back. I just woke up from my desk when I heard Nympho. Welcome, Connor. Good morning, all. Good stuff. Connor, Uncle Bruce, can you explain why you recommend Facebook? And high-end residential, Uncle Bruce, when do you see SPAC under 10? Is it a no-brainer buy? Depending on which one it is. The ones I'm recommending, yes. Why do I recommend Facebook? Was trading for a good chunk of this year at below everyone else as far as PE multiples were concerned. Right now at $3.19 a share, even at this price, you're talking about a company that is trading at 27 times earnings, and their prospects are dramatically good, very, very good. They will report another record quarter coming up, and I'm going to guess that a year from now, the forward PE, the estimated earnings of this company going forward are probably in the low 20s and the high teens, which means that the stock could go up another 20 to 50% from here over the next year. That's why I recommend it. The shares in the last 6 months, let me just take a look here. Back in January and February when I came on the air, and started, you asked me my favorite lists, and I mentioned this stock. I was talking about Facebook at that time, In February, it was as high as 273, and it was as low as about the 250s. So 250 to 270 is kind of where it was hanging out at, and it is now trading at $319 a share. It's done great. Will continue to do even greater. 400 to 450 a share within the year, just on earnings, not on hype. They don't have to take anybody over. Just cash earnings are massive, massive cash earnings. It is spitting out all kinds of money. As the economy gets hotter, these guys do even better. So that's why I recommend Facebook. All right. Not commenting on the anything else about it. None of the social aspect, tracking aspect, none of that. I'm just talking about making money. Okay. There you go. Thank you, everybody. Uncle Bruce, VGAC call 1250 strike. 12/17/21. Expiry 90 cents. Is a good play? Yeah. That's a good play. 90 cents for a share. So it's $90 a contract, less than $100 to control 100 VGAC with a 12.50 price. So if the stock goes to $15, which it's been there before, just on the merger, it goes to 15. That's a no-brainer. This contract is a 250 book value, and it'll probably have a 75-cent premium to it. It'll be worth $325. This deal right here, three and a half times your money is what you're looking at, I think, and more. If it goes to $20, it's an $8 contract, maybe $8.50. You're almost 10 times your money. So yeah, I like this deal. This VGAC, it's stuck here at $9.97 on purpose. It's not here because it can't go up. It's being held here, and everything is quiet during this hold period. Get your calls now. Buy as many of those as you get your hands on. $90 each. Buy 5 of them. $450. Take a $450 shot. Put in 900. Get 10 of them. It's 1,000 shares. That is power. If this thing goes to $30 between now and then, like it takes a real run, you're gonna make a fortune. You're gonna be up. You're gonna be up $1,750 a contract. You'll have $1,800 contracts. 10 of them, 18 grand. 900 to 18 grand. You like the sound of that? Yeah, there you go. Hey, haha, they stole my information, but can't keep me down. Hey, Bruce, I have some IPOE calls. Expiry October 1750 strike for like 80 cents a range. I see there's I see there at like 280 share. My buddies want to know if that's still good. So you bought at 80 and they're now at 280. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because they're worth $1. Well, they're right now 75 cents in the money, 80 cents in the money. Not an outrageous deal. 280s, if you can grab the 20s, might be another, you might get them cheaper. But sure, you're in the money. No problem there. Yep, they can make money. Let's see. What if you had Jen? What if you had Jen time you? Could black box her face and even change her voice to that creepy low witness? Jeez. They're so desperate to get Jen on here. Lando Butter, not if they're not already in the process of making a deal. A lot of companies go 2 years and get removed, says Connor. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Versatile, not sure which company he's talking about. Versatile Records, that's your whole plan? Buy Facebook? Your whole plan to just buy Facebook. Red, did I miss it all? That stock was $298 last week for like that long a time. That was my plan. Yeah, that would have been my plan. Buy at $298, sitting at $319 now going, nah. Yeah, but wouldn't you get $10 a share returned? Connor, thanks, Uncle B. I have 100 of those, J. Ray. Good morning. How do I learn about buying calls before I play ball? Before I play, maybe you should hire me for an hour to have a chat. Maybe that might be the way. Actually, just got some dry powder, trying to figure out where to put it. There you go. Trying to figure it out. Fantastic, everybody. We're going to have fun. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for seeing me today, hanging out with yours truly. I really appreciate it. Hope you're having fun today. Hope you're learning some stuff today. The Dow's up 233, S&P up 12, NASDAQ down 17. Funny how the market reacts, eh? Funny how it evolves and changes and shifts. It does this all the time. It's amazing. Thank you for subscribing to this channel, by the way. Those of you who are subscribing here, love that. Thank you, everybody. So appreciate you doing this. Love you, Uncle Bruce. I got 10, 1250s. Good play. I'm not sure what company, but it sounds okay. If they have done well and just got them yesterday, and they've done well, I've just got them yesterday. Bend over, I'll show you where to put it. Oh, John, getting nasty. Colin, we're going to keep having fun because I don't have a T-bird for Daddy to take away. So we're just going to keep having fun, because Daddy can't take the T-bird away. I don't know. 1853 on IPOE. GameStop 172.96. AMC down 27 cents at 12.28, unfortunately. Gores 13.60 up 49 cents. Not bad. AMC 24 million traded, 24.8 million, and 12.24. It's not looking good. This is the low of the day, and it's not looking good. There is no gamma thing happening here. The volume would be 200 million a day. And I don't know if it'll even do 50 today. It's looking really weak. As I said earlier, if you're writing call contracts, that might be the way to go to bring money in for this stock while you're holding it. Get paid to hold it. 173.03 on GameStop, just broke through 173, up 254 a share right now. Welcome one, welcome all. Thank you all for being here. We're just about done here. Yeah, we're on the air 3 hours now. I got to go. I'm going to be on the air again at 3 o'clock this afternoon Eastern time. Friday afternoons are always wacky. They're always crazy. Join us. The first hour this afternoon we'll be doing the market close. And then in the first after hour market, that's where the wildness begins. So if you dare, come around and have fun with us. Uncle Bruce, if I buy one call option with you at 400 on June 6th, my birthday, do I get a discount? I have no idea what is you're buying, why you're paying that price, and I'm not buying anything. I'm just here to advise. I'm just here to tell you what I think is going on in plain English. But thank you, Resident Fleet. What can I say? Bruce, I just pimped Matterport to my photographer cousin as another revenue stream option for him. He was super impressed at the tech. Bullish. There you go. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Bruce, I just got my eyes Gila dilated. I can't see anything in the chat information. Love you, Bagel Gang. Mitchell, you hang in there and take care. SVT, Jean, J Ray, those VGAC calls, they sound good. Might join you there. Connor saying, yes, Bruce, you need to do 30-minute sessions for us poorer people. Laugh out loud. 400 is like half my portfolio. Have a good afternoon. Thank you, Christine. I got 10 1250 VGACs for 1250. Good play. I don't know what this means. Goodbye. Thank you, Christine. Thanks again, Bruce. See you later, Christine. I'm ready for happy hour. I mean power hour. Uncle Bruce, love Uncle Bruce. Thank you, everybody. He means a call with you, Uncle Bruce. He means a call. We love you, Bruce. See you all. Oh, I see what that is. Oh, so someone is talking about getting together with me for an hour. Here we go. You need to do 30-minute sessions instead of $400 an hour. Can you do $200 for a half an hour? Is that what you're asking me? I understand what you're saying. Now I understand. I was actually wondering about something. I'll ask you this right now. There's a few of you are still here. What are your thoughts if I were to put together? I was thinking of putting together like some kind of a maximum of maybe a maximum of maybe 100 people for a private telecast for a set price. I'm not sure what the price is. I'd have to figure that out. I have to figure something out. But it would be maybe like a class, like a 100 person maximum class, where you are invited into a webinar kind of thingy that I would get figured out, and you're paying an admission to get into the class, and then I would be there talking today, say for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I will talk about how to write call contracts, or looking at option chains and trying to figure them out. Answering questions with just like 100 of you, just a smaller group, something like that. I've been tossing this back and forth. I've had this suggested to me by a lot of people on my emails, and I'm just kind of wondering if any of you would have an interest. If you're looking at maybe $50 to attend a 2-hour session, where there's a restricted group of people, so instead of being together for an hour for 400, you're with me for 2 hours with a larger group for like $50 or something like that. and I would need a few hours to prepare for something like that. I would then do it, and then see how it goes. And I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm just curious. What do you think? Can any of you respond to me about this? I'm looking at just a million responses. Let's see. Let's see here. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. I'm kind of here. Uncle Bruce sell covered call on GameStop. 528 200 for 261. Good to go. 528 200 at 261. Boy, that's sure. You can do that. That's pretty conservative, but yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Zoom, perhaps. I don't know what you're talking about to say. What you're trying to. I'm in. Yes, sir. You should do a $100 options training course. 5 minutes for $10. We're just going to talk really, really fast. I love it, depending on the set price, but that would be awesome. Less than 100 people. Ooh, a thingy. Do you still collect dividend yield when you have a covered call open? Yes, you do. Do like 25. Yes. Zoom. I think that sounds like a spectacular idea. Yes, please. Zoom. Yeah, please. Bruce, we need this. Great idea. Fewer people. Yes, that's what I meant, Bruce. Yes, I'm in. Yes. Are you sure? I'm trying to get an indication from you guys. Can you tell me what you think? Can you just say yes or no? How about 25 of us? I'm in. Call and options contracts for dummies like me. Yes, Uncle Bruce, please do that. Yes. I'm ready. I'm in. Yes, that would be a very interesting idea. Yes, a structured class would be great. Carlos, yes, you get dividend if you hold stock on X dividend date. Options don't apply. Yep. Yes, I'm in. Stock lectures with Uncle Bruce. I would love a 2-hour walkthrough of buying calls from start to finish. Yeah, I'd keep it to a dozen or so. Can still maximize per person fee. People feel they can be seen and heard. It's the bruh talk. Promote it on members only video and get it going. Hell yeah, I'm in for a class. Do we get to ask questions? I'm like being back in school. I can't get done my homework. Smart idea though, through and through. Bruce, if you set up a class, you definitely will. You definitely need well thought out ground rules for communication. Otherwise, it will be a mess to organize during the session. Yes, for all of it, Uncle Bruce. I like the idea of a class. Wally's Discord, Bagel Auditorium, free drinks too, or bring your own. I love BYOB or BYOW for some. Bra talk. But yes, I'd be 100% on that idea. Anti-PC, hopefully in the end, might get hectic if everyone held their chats on. I can see 100 people trying to get asked questions. Thank you, Teacher Bruce. I'm definitely maybe there. Yes, there are differences. Look at the Greeks on the ITM. Look at them on the in the money and out of the money. I'll join your class for sure. Spectacular. Yes, I'm in Discord video chat. Bruce would also recommend less than 30 people if it's going to be Socratic seminar. Rhett, you may know from previous mentions, but I've helped produce curriculum and online educational content. If you need a hand putting things together, see, there you go. I'm in on that idea, Bruce. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, everybody. But are you sure? I like the idea of smaller classes, but I would attend for about $50. If there's too many people, probably would not allow questions, or everyone sends in questions beforehand and gets them selected on popularity. 25 for 25. Does that include lunch? Software like Zoom or Teams has an option to virtually raise your hand, and the meeting creator can choose who talks. I would sign up. Agreed with the dozen or so idea. I'm in. Oh, cool. Yes, I'm in. Are you sure you want these folks on camera, especially with all the dong talk? Sound the Markiplier horn, Davey. I would love to know how to spot a good company to buy and leave the other ones alone. I love the idea. For a group, you could do a class format, show how you do your research, maybe let people bring submissions. Yes, I would. It's a yes from Denmark. Can you do the classes in Danish? No. Maybe send what? Wires in advance. I don't know what that means. Questions in advance only. I would limit the chat in this private class. You never know who will be trying to add in a non-sequitur. Can't trust these guys. I like you, but I don't trust you. I trust you, but I don't believe you. I believe you, but I don't trust you. Free members only video on options would be a great way to say thanks to all the members. Cody, I think with options, the info is out there already. That's your plan. That's your whole plan. Get her. That's your whole plan. Will Yoko be there? Laughing out loud. Sorry, and he can't do it in Danish, but he can do it while eating in Danish. I could eat a Danish and do it. Oof. Yes, but less people per time. Offer a free class to one lucky new member each show. There you go. See, there you have it. There's all kinds of options. I just want to ask. I just want to get your reaction, see what you thought. Been thinking, I'm scheming, I'm wondering, I'm just, sort of whatever. I gotta figure it out. But thank you all for participating in the Q&A on that one. I appreciate that. There might be something there. And I'm joking, Bruce. You can have my money. I forgot to say yes. Thumbs. Can I get a spot in the first class since I started this whole thing? Rabbit. I know you've heard us ramble about Discord, Bruce, but it would have an extra features you might want for a class. Javier, if you need pointers in Zoom, let me know. That's my jam. Erico, Bruce, get some rest for the afternoon show. We need to be strong and rested for this afternoon. Colin, I'd take advice from you. Michael, I like it because other people ask questions that I wouldn't even have thought about asking. That's the thing. That is the thing. Colin, you're the only allowed question. You're only one allowed questions in the session. Just only you can ask. 100 viewers, $10 entry per class, $1,000 for 2 hours, beats private sessions. That should suffice. Now, I was thinking $100 for 100 people for 2 hours. I was thinking 10 G's. That would really suffice. In this class, do we bring our own bagels? Stock markets with Bruce. What Reddit set? God, I want cheese, Danish, and everything bagel, schmeal, cream cheese. Ooh, Larry, Yoko will be playing as a background music to limit long, unrelated tangents. We'll have a timer set up. And if my answer takes more than a minute, you start hearing the Yoko music in the background, and it gets louder and louder and louder until you can't hear me talk anymore. Then I have to move on to the next question. Yoko is the halftime show. The Danish with Bruce class. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was easy.
Oh, my. Oh, Larry sure knows how to break Uncle B. Oh, that would be fun. Oh, my God.
That was easy.
1863 on IPOE, 173.27 on GameStop, 12.35 on AMC, and 13.58 on Gores. Oh, my gosh. Laughing out loud. Get the crud out of the mouse. Okay, that's it. I'm out of here. I love you, Yoko. You really want that Tesla. I can't blame you. I want that Tesla, too. Maybe $1,000 a person times 100 people gets me $100,000, and I can just run to the Tesla dealership right away. That might work. P.S. Not sure if anyone's mentioned to you, but there is an official way to connect Discord with your YouTube membership to provide even greater value to get people to sign up for membership. Oh, I'm sure there's all. I have no idea. Don't tell me how this works. I don't. Oh, I have no idea. Steve M. Yeah, classes have to be small enough to be interactive. Otherwise, the info is already out there, as someone else mentioned earlier. Drew, see you in a few hours. See you later. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. I'm out. I didn't hear that. Tony, if Tony was there, watch your personal belongings. Larry gave a good day, everyone. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'll see you at 3 o'clock Eastern, okay? We'll figure it out, and hang in there at 4 o'clock Eastern. Look out. J. Ray, bye, Uncle Bruce. See ya. For PH Power Hour. Good day, everybody. Knows the way, Uncle B. That trust in the whatever. Free thinker. Yoko, don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Baby. Oh, baby. Oh, no. See ya. I'm out of here. Goodbye.